Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What?
Wow, we got a quick freeze at the beginning of the show. How are you, everybody? You were frozen. There was nothing on the screen for a second.
No,
Fired up and loaded up on a Thursday. Rocky start to the show already. Got a lot of guests coming on today.
It's gonna
Dave
be a Rocky show, but it ain't gonna be Rocky. Come on.
Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault, Thursday. How are you? Live on Twitter, live on YouTube at Boston versus the Book, Sports Grid on the replay. How are you guys? Thank you for being a part of the show. We got two guests coming on today. It is NFL schedule release day. Out of the gate, I'm going to tell you right now, we are not talking about this. The leaks, the way this is going down, this is nuts. You are frozen again. My goodness, that's
You're
not good.
Frozen. Keep moving. Stop your fingers. Let's go.
You look frozen to me. So this is something that I know I am looking forward to. You guys in the audience, for your teams, you're looking forward to it. But the drip, drip, drip nature of this is so stupid. And the idea that we have to wait for a TV show to get the official release is incredibly dumb. This is overrated, overproduced bullshit. Okay? Just stop. NFL, I know what you're trying to do. You want to own everything. I've seen at least 4 teams, full schedules, already out this morning before tonight, which is going to be the schedule release party. It's stupid. Put it out. This is like when the NCAA tournament tried to do this. They tried to withhold all the different brackets, and they made people wait till the end, and then it leaked out. People were tweeting ahead of time. Same thing happens with the NFL draft, when reporters are 2 or 3 picks ahead telling you what already happened on Twitter. Just put it out and then talk about it. There's plenty of time to break down schedules for every team between now and September. You don't need to do this where reporters are running out going, I got the release. I got it. Here it is. Like it's some top secret document. That is the NFL schedule portion of the show, folks.
Done.
That's it.
Over.
We're done. Okay.
Finished.
Tomorrow on a Roll Call Friday, we will look at schedules. We'll talk about the Jets and who's playing on Thursday.
Oh, we're not talking about the Jets. Please, everybody's talking about the Jets. When people zig, we zag. Right?
I know, but we have to talk about the Jets are playing the damn Lions in the first game of the year.
I mean, seriously, people want the total. It's probably what 48.5. 49.
We'll
50.
go through the schedule. We'll do it like we did last year. We'll do 32 teams in 32 days. We'll do it.
We're doing that till the summer.
No, right. Well, we're almost to
the
summer.
Problem, first of all, everybody that's here, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. 2, I was going to have an announcement to make. You took the steam right off the top with we're not talking about the schedule because everyone else is talking about the schedule. And what we do here is talk about things that are going on as well as what might be going on in the future. But we talk about a lot of things. And my friend Donnie Rightside, Donnie Seymour on Sports Grid. I was on with him and K-Dub right before this. He gave me this really good idea. He wanted me to tell you that this would be the final episode ever of the Bostonian versus the Book. And I said, Donnie, what are you talking about?
I'm going to get mad about this.
The show has value. The show is going places. We're on all over the place, and we're going to keep going. What are you talking about? How can this be the final episode of the Bostonian versus the Book? And he goes, well, once the Celtics lose, there's nothing else to talk about in Boston. So it's the last episode of the show. I said, oh, shit, now you've done it. So we had to go get Newbie in Philly. We had to go get Lazia in Boston to talk about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to stay neutral.
Where is Donnie again? New York?
Donnie's in Philadelphia. Out in South Jersey. He's a big Philly guy.
Oh, he's one of those people. Oh, he's one of the people who actually live in the wrong state who have to claim a city that's not theirs. Okay, he's one of those people.
They ain't got a team down there.
No, they don't much. They don't have much about that. Yeah, I mean, people just.
He's just across the border. Perrault. He's closer to Philadelphia than he is anywhere else in New Jersey.
I would agree, but they're still from New Jersey.
But that is true.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with people from Manhattan that like to say when you live in, Orange, New Jersey, I'm from New York. No, you're not. You're from Orange, New Jersey.
I met someone over the weekend, and I was wearing a Pittsburgh thing,
Uh-huh.
and they said, "Hey, you from Pittsburgh?" "I'm from Pittsburgh too." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where are you from?" And they said, "Johnstown." I said, "Johnstown's not Pittsburgh. Johnstown's an hour and a half away."
Right.
What the hell
Different
are you
state.
talking
Yes.
about?
Yeah, it's like
Johnstown's
somebody. Right.
Johnstown.
It's like if you grew up
People
in
from
Nashua.
Pittsburgh don't want to be associated with people from Johnstown. Not that they're wrong with anybody, but Johnstown Chiefs, all that other Johnstown's nice. No, it's not.
Yeah. If
All
you
right, we
say
ain't
I'm
worried
from,
about no sponsors
if you're
in
from
Johnstown.
Manchester and you're like, oh, I'm from Boston. Like, wait, where? Well, I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. It's not Boston, dude. Like, what are you talking about? That's not even. And you could say, people say I'm not from Boston, and that's fine. I mean, you could say I'm not from Boston. My daughter was born in Melrose. You know, I'm from 15 minutes outside of Boston proper, if you want to call it what Boston proper is. People who say, you know, I'm from the city. Okay, that's the difference.
Great. That's
So,
great.
just FYI.
Yeah.
I'm from Massachusetts. People meant to be accurate on that, but it's okay, Donnie. I know it's been hard to watch all the Boston winning. I know this. It's just
No, they asked about the Bruins specifically. They did. They
That's
said,
fine.
"Is
There's so
is
much
everything okay? Are they
scar
still planning
tissue.
a parade and everything there? And what is anyone still talking about hockey?" I said, "No, we
where are the
pretend like
Flyers?
we pretend like the Flyers haven't been relevant
Oh,
in
wait,
years.
wait,
Decades.
where are the
Decades.
Flyers? Okay, so who are we talking about now?
Yeah,
I would be a little careful on these things. Look, I mean, again, Philly might win tonight, and the
Tried to
Sixers might win
cancel the
tonight.
show, DRS. I said, "We're not canceling the show. In
Canceling
fact, he's
anything.
going to come on the show when his schedule allows, and we'll hash it
Good.
out there." He appeared with us when we were in LA for the Super Bowl, which we were.
Good.
He did not come out for the Super Bowl for
Ouch.
Phoenix. Otherwise, he would have been on the show.
Hmm.
So we'll have Donnie on the show. He's
Good.
fantastic with the Dinger Tuesdays and baseball props. He's a true baseball guy. At Donnie Rightside on the Twitter, we love that guy. So don't
Philly is
cancel our show.
great.
Yeah.
But Philly always they're literally loosey with the football.
Man, oh man,
They get to the
we're gonna
final
get
and
to
then they
that.
lose.
Oh yeah.
And they lose. That's what they do. They get to the finals and then they lose.
That's what the
Sixers.
Eagles did. That's
Eagle-
now
well,
that's
no, Eagles
fair.
won
I mean, that's
once,
what
okay.
that's what
They
the
won
Phillies
once.
did. Actually, now that you
The
said
Phillies
that.
did. Yeah, and it's
Phillies
the
and the
the
Eagles.
Flyers thing. See, we go and we win. I know that's a hard concept, but like
Or you don't go at all, like the Bruins.
true.
Fair.
But I mean, the Celtics last time went and lost, so that's fair. But
And the Celtics did go and lose last time.
Mhm.
That's true.
That is fair. That did actually happen. But I still think I will put Boston's record in the last 25 years up against anybody in the countries, and I'll sleep well at night as to what has happened over the last 25 years. By the way, Tom Brady Day, Patriots are going to do it. All is well, kissed and made up. Game 1, Tom Brady Hall of Fame ceremony,
What?
induction into the Patriots Hall of Fame.
What? Really?
Yep. Happening. Going to be a very interesting day, to say the least, because I think that means he's actually really done. When he's accepting these invitations to have himself be honored by the Patriot fans, that's what you do when you're done. You don't do that unless you're really, really done. So I think Brady might actually be really, really done, which is amazing. I thought he'd play this year.
The show is called At Boston versus the Book. That's what it is. The at symbol.
Well, no,
At Boston
that's
versus
the
Book
handle.
on
That's not what it's
YouTube.
called.
That's
Oh,
the handle.
Yeah.
We got some confusion. People are searching for the show and they're
Oh.
finding the props episodes.
Sorry. Yeah, we have our own At Boston versus
So
the Book. Yeah.
that was the old
Show.
backer,
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Home.
We're doing new stuff. It's at symbol Boston versus the Book on YouTube. At
And
Boston
Twitter.
versus the Book on Twitter.
Yeah.
Which you can watch the show live. If you're watching now, you can go on
Mhm.
there and watch it live. YouTube, you can be a part of the chat. You sign up, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You get an alert like the boys and girls winning Las Vegas. Hello. I can't wait to see you. We're growing that number every day. The number's growing every day, even on the Celtics. I mean, this is incredible. It's 2.5 now. What the hell's going on right now?
This is an interesting tweet from the Score Bet. I'm not sure why it's relevant, but they're listing the number of losses the last 5 times the Sixers have lost in the postseason.
That's personal.
I
What are
mean,
they
I don't
doing
know
that
why
for?
they're doing it. I don't know.
Well,
It's like
that's we don't need to do that. Why
they
are we
lost
doing
4-1 to Boston. They lost 4-3 to Toronto. They lost
Yeah.
4-0 to Boston. They lost 4-3 to Atlanta. They lost 4-2 to Miami. I think we know this. Sixers haven't won a championship since what? Dr. J. When's the last time Sixers won a championship in basketball?
1983. So what do you
83.
even what
Yeah.
are you starting?
Dr. J, right?
It sounds like
Dr.
yeah.
It's 30 years ago, right? So I mean, you could list the last 30 years.
Oh boy, here we go.
I mean, you don't list the last 5. List how the last 30 years have gone for the Philadelphia 76ers.
It's been years since they were even hosting an Eastern Conference Finals game. I believe it's been 23 since AI.
Iverson.
We're talking about practice.
Allen Iverson's MVP
I don't know
season.
why you're talking about 30 years ago. I mean, this is bullshit. What are we doing right
It's just
now?
truth. How do you claim the Sixers? I can't figure this. I'm still so perplexed by
I
this.
told you this
I know,
before.
it
You
just-
don't listen to the show.
I do
I
listen,
grew
just-
up in Pittsburgh.
But couldn't
didn't
you
have a
claim
team.
the Cavs just as easily? Aren't
Cavs,
you
Cleveland?
Aren't you closer to? Aren't you closer? What's the major city? Are you closer to Cleveland than you are Philadelphia?
Hold on. Do you Pittsburgh and Cleveland was oil and water. We didn't mix.
I know. I'm just saying, like, in terms of your geographical, isn't Cleveland geographically closer than Philadelphia is to where you grew up?
I'm going to tell you real quick before we bring Dan Alexander, aka Newbert, in. Okay.
Yes. I know the
Back
story.
in the
I know the
late
story.
70s,
I'm just explaining.
Moses Guthrie.
I get it, but just am I right? Am I right by saying geographically speaking, Cleveland is closer than Philadelphia is?
Zip
Yes?
your mic for 30 seconds. I'm going to tell the story for the people that are new to the show.
But
Moses Guthrie was the star of the Pittsburgh Pisces, the fish that saved Pittsburgh, the movie that changed the world for people in Pittsburgh because we had a basketball team again. And Dr. J was Moses Guthrie. I said, Dr. J's the coolest human being on planet Earth. Then I went and met Dr. J as a 9-year-old. His hand engulfed my hand. I said, I can't believe I met Dr. J. Immediately became a Sixers fan because they were in my state.
Dr. J went to my school. It's like saying I should be a Philly fan because Dr. J went to UMass.
You should try that shit sometimes.
No, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I met Dr. J when I was in college. He was at UMass. I met him. Dr. J played at my school. So, like, that means I should be a Sixers fan? Like,
we didn't have a team.
You could have,
though. I rooted for the Celtics when the Sixers lost every year. I'm embarrassed to even admit that now.
All right, fine. At least we're honest. At least we're honest on that, okay?
I rooted for the Celtics against the Lakers all the time back then. It was East Coast, West Coast. Now we're West Coast, and I still root against the Lakers.
Well, that's easy. I mean, who roots for the Lakers? It's
right.
Bad upbringing. Your parents need to be questioned if you're a Laker fan. I mean, come on now. Let's get him. Let's bring newbie Dan Alexander joining us, Cast Considerations, and a variety of other very cool podcasts and things. He's got the green screen going today. What is up, newbie Matt and Dave? Welcome back to BVB.
Boys, I mean, happy to be here. Let's start with that. I'm overjoyed to be back with my two guys who I love, who saw my face go as white as the blazes when a check came out when we were watching a UFC fight at Chicky and Pete's in Las Vegas. And we were told we had comp drinks, we had comp everything. The check comes out and it was about $900 after I already said, I got this one, boys. First near bad beat of the time we were hanging out and the first major cash for me in the time that we were hanging out. So I'm happy to be with you.
I forgot about
Matty P. You couldn't have just led with all the Sixers stuff before I was in the green room about how we suck and how we haven't won in 30 years. Like, I know all of this stuff. And then it had to be re-brought up to me. I was just sitting here, the sad music playing in my ears. It was
painful. Dave. Dave's taught you well. We're playing music in the background.
We do it all the time.
Just don't play the Sixers song, please, because that song is awful.
Why?
Because it's awful.
It's not.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful.
If the Sixers song, bat signal gets popped up, I don't know if I have it in me to fight. But this is your show after all, Matt. So I will abide by the the laws of engagement. But I'm happy to be here, guys.
And Dave can play it tomorrow. I mean, if Sixers win tonight, Dave has every right to play it tomorrow. The song I'm just not a very big fan of it. Here's my first question. If Philadelphia wins this series and they move on, and I think that they will get to the NBA Finals. Does it hurt to know that you're going to lose in the finals?
Yeah, I mean,
What kind of question is that? You call yourself a journalist?
That's like you could get a job at CNN with questions like that, according to how that went.
Don't start that shit.
Well, you're right, but man, there is something to that, Matt, is we already know how this ends, right? I mean, is it more impressive? What is it that Shakespeare said? "'Tis it nobler to have loved and lost than to never loved at all. 'Tis it nobler to lose every single major sports championship in one calendar year than to not been in them at all." I don't know,
lose
man.
the cup finals, but you have 3 of the 4. So yeah, it would be a pretty impressive feat to lose 3 of the 4.
But the Sixers, I mean the Flyers, their season was lost before it ever even started.
Right.
So that one we just chalked up to a big L there. But yeah, it does kind of hurt because you know that's how it has to go, right? Like that's the simulation that we're in. Our timeline is the timeline when Philadelphia sports are just good enough to get us excited and then rip our hearts out instead of ripping our hearts out before it starts. So incredible backhanded journalism out of you there, Matty P. That was excellent work.
All right. I didn't get this green screen cleared to maintain being green. We got enough green stuff to worry about and root against.
I can't believe that.
You wore the green. You got the green screen. But listen, can we go right to the source here, newbie? Can we go right into the locker room for the Sixers tonight? And what will the pregame speech be like from the big guy? Like, can you give us a little bit of something that we're going to feel tonight for game 6? Because we're home dogs, newbie, plus 2.5.
Oh, it's we now.
Some way,
by the way,
somehow.
It's we now. Okay, it's we now.
Like I have to channel it. I use this hat because it channels Joel Embiid through me. Joel, you have the floor. Oh, thank you so much for letting me come on the Bostonian versus the book. This is so great for me. I'm so happy to be here. I am the MVP now. Look at me, Matt. I'm the captain now. And I'm so happy that we finally have a lead against the Celtics. But newbie with the green behind them, what the is he doing, man? Doesn't he know we're dogs tonight? We got to go out there, guys. Tatum runs our life. We could have drafted him. We got Markelle Fultz instead. What a shame. What a shame. But for the fallen soldiers, we got to win this for Sam Hinkie. He died for our sins. So we got to get this done here tonight, guys. That's what we got to do. Joel Embiid out.
Does anyone actually
out there for a second, guys? Did Joel Embiid show up? I wasn't here. What?
Does anybody actually say the process anymore? Is that like is that like a nasty phrase to say in Philly?
Well, like Joel Embiid still calls himself the process, but like, dude, if they lose again, if they somehow lose tonight, which I honestly, for what it's worth, we do like the actionable info that people know and love. I think it's going to be tough to see the Celtics shoot as poorly as they did. I think you kind of see a game 2 like game out of them. I don't know if they win by 30 points in the Sixers house again, but I think you're right though, because I said to Dave before game 5, I said Boston can lose tonight and the series goes 7, or Boston wins tonight and the series goes 7. I just think it was going to be a split either or, and then I'm not sure Boston wins game 7 at home. I think it goes 7. I think Philly's got a really good shot of winning game 7 and beating the Celtics in Boston. Well, it's all about who ends up being the ref crew in that eventual game 7, right? It depends. Do we get the Scott Foster treatment that helps out the home team, or the Scott Foster treatment that hurts the home team? But me being a card-carrying member of the tinfoil hat society when it comes to the NBA, the NBA wants this series to go 7, right?
100%.
So you maybe see a couple ticky-tack calls here and there, but I think you take that out of it. If the Celtics are able to play their game, which is push the pace, nobody can hang with them. If you're trying to beat the Celtics going back and forth, blow for blow in transition, it's not going to happen. But if you're able to get them stuck in that half-court game, if you're able to get them in settled offense, that's when you see these mistakes kind of stack up. And I'm not going to go as far as some pundits to say they become pedestrian in the half-court, but they become a slightly above average or to average team when they're in half-court offense, in my opinion. When they slow it down, that's when spacing issues really happen. When they can push the pace and they're high-flying, nobody can hang with them.
Well, I think it comes down to,
it
comes down. Al Horford is a big part of that, right?
God,
so if Al Horford's knocking threes, okay, if Al Horford is, and you're right, in the half court, it comes down to a jump shooting team. And that's what Philly made Boston in game 5.
Yeah.
Slow them down.
How'd that work out?
Bad. They missed every damn shot that they tried. But it's also like what Newbie just said. highly unlikely Al Horford misses his first 7 shot attempts. Okay. Highly unlikely that Jason Tatum scores 2 points in the first quarter for a third straight game. So most likely Boston has a much more improved offensive shooting game in game 6. And then that will take the Sixers out of the zone, because Sixers will go zone. If Boston's cold, they're going to go zone like they did in game 5 and basically dare Boston to shoot them out of it. And Boston couldn't do it.
Right.
Well, I will also say too, as far as the Horford thing goes, I can't stand Horford. The only reason he was on the Sixers because he was sent there as a spy. He infiltrated, he found the dealer, and he destroyed the supply. And that's
you couldn't beat Boston with Al Horford there, so you took him away because you thought Embiid was going to be able to play better with Al Horford on your roster, and that didn't happen either. But Boston still beat you.
But the turning point in this series was when Al Horford did that stupid ass. Oh, what was that? The Tootsie Roll that he did after he got that layup. Yeah, whatever that he was hitting the Tootsie Roll. Ever since he went the Tootsie Roll route, it seems like he hasn't been able to score a point. So hopefully the Tootsie Roll curse continues for Al Horford, and I can finally just shoot him into the sun.
Here's one thing to watch for tonight for you guys watching the show, and thank you for the Brigade for being here. Yesterday, Jaylen Brown was named second team All-NBA, not first team All-NBA. Boston now has a chance to give him a max contract that will keep him with the Celtics. He would lose significant amounts of money, like almost $100 million, if he goes and signs somewhere else. So that now is off the table. He's not going to get traded. He's not going to, because no one can give him anywhere near what Boston can give him from a supermax contract extension for 5 years after next season. So now people have been saying that's been hanging on the locker room. The guys have been waiting to see whether Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were going to be broken up. Now they're not going to be. They're going to be together for the long term, as long as Boston offers him the supermax. Could be a big game for JB tonight. Brown could have a big game tonight.
Yeah. And anytime you have that added motivation on top of being in an elimination game, that's something that's concerning. I don't know if you have the numbers in front of you, does that mean we're looking towards like an over PRA for him? I hate just going ISOing when a guy needs like a big game to go, we'll go over his points. Like, I think a better way to
I think he's free. I think he may be freed up from the question and freed up from the concern, because there has been this talk, and Dave even talked about it like a couple days ago, like they're going to break up the two guys, right? And I don't think they're going to. I think they now know they're going to be together long term, and it may just quiet down whatever, if there was any questions about him leaving, because everyone's like, this is the last run. They're going to trade him in the offseason because he's going into his last year and he's not going to resign. Well, now Boston knows they have the most amount of money and power to resign him long term. So I that could factor in tonight. And I also think Boston has got to just play their game and let Embiid have his time. It's the other guys that's the problem. You can't
Embiid props over. Embiid props over. Is that what you're saying?
I would let Embiid go bonkers. Let him score 35 points, have 20 rebounds. I wouldn't care. It's Harden and it's Maxey. Those are the two guys you got to stop.
I mean, if you don't dog though, Maxey's the dog. Like that's my I was saying in the playoff series that they lost to Atlanta. Why are we wasting playoff minutes on Ben Simmons when we know how this story ends?
Right.
All those minutes should have been going the way of Maxey. So I feel very vindicated in the fact that Maxey has continued this stark progression that he's had. As far as Joel Embiid, we're looking at 29.5 for his over points. If that is the mantra, and Matt's a guy who, whenever I'm talking about, Boston sports, I always go to Sports Talk Matt, see what he's breaking down on the timeline, because this guy knows his shit when we're talking Boston sports. If he has the inside track to the lineup, that's how you work in promo right there, Dave. That's an expert level right there. I'm trying to guarantee a spot back. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
This is perfect. I mean, you bring Joel Embiid every time. You already got a spot on the show.
Hammer my over points tonight. It's a lock, baby.
See?
Let's go.
There we go.
But here's the thing: I want him shooting threes.
I don't. I want him to live in the paint. I love it when Embiid hits a three, like when they're rolling and it's like everybody's shooting threes, but like when he just hangs out outside the arc, that's where his game just starts falling by the wayside, because where he's dominant is when he can get a little dirty in the post, when he's able to wear on players. And I think this will be like an all hands on deck. Like, I don't think this is one of those Embiid games where his hands are on his hips. He's really feeling sorry for himself. I think this is expend all your energy here.
But
tonight.
the building, just like Boston was tight, the building's a problem.
You ain't never been in a building. What the hell are you talking about?
Because
I'm not going to be there. That also helps.
Because Philadelphia has around their neck what Boston used to have on the neck forever.
What?
The remembrance of pain and the loss, the losing.
Stop this nonsense.
It's not nonsense. It's true.
Cruel. I take back. I never go to Sport Talk Matt on his Twitter timeline. His Twitter timeline
Philadelphia,
sucks.
Boston forever. We were always waiting for when the choke will come.
Newberg,
and when it starts to slide, when things start to slide.
He's only got 3 more minutes, and then we got the other guy coming in. We got to present the other
the
side.
Boston bullshit coming on.
I don't want to
Lutz is from Florida. He's from Florida. He's not representing
Florida,
anything.
but he lives within walking distance of the Boston place.
No,
anyhow,
he's from Florida. Lutz is a Florida.
The NFL schedule releases today. Everybody's making such a big deal about this Eagles game on Christmas. I mean, you are a longtime family of season ticket holders. How the hell much does this mess up Christmas Day for fans and stuff when they go to the games? Like, this is too much. Like, is it NFL taking over everything?
Yes.
For my dad, for myself, it is the best Christmas present ever.
Of course.
For my mother, for my sister, they're saying, you're going to go where on Christmas? My mom didn't even like when the Eagles played on Christmas Eve. She was like, this is invasive. I hate it. They shouldn't be playing on Christmas Eve. So I think it's however you look at it. As a sports fan, you love when your team plays on a holiday. You know what I mean? But that's the other side of it, is you either are like, oh, I got to win for Christmas, or, I got a big fat L for Christmas. At least we know it's against the Giants, so I know it's a win. It's a win for Christmas. So that at least, and also an early Christmas present for you. Boston Scott anytime touchdown in that game.
Again,
automatic cash. He's
that?
scored like the last 13 games against the
That's
the
weirdest
Giants,
stat ever. It really is. It's the strangest. He can't score touchdowns against anybody else except the Giants.
But you know that Nick Sirianni is in on the bit because he's that cringy and he's that corny that he's like, anytime around the goal line, he's literally like, where's my man B. Scott? We gotta continue the bit. People gotta eat in Philadelphia. They need their hoagies. They need their cheesesteaks, boys. Let's get Boston Scott in there. Here we go.
Oh, I love it. Well, the chat loves you. We love you. Thanks for coming on the show. At Newbie Talks on the Twitter. Send the people out, not with a cotton candy, sweetie, go. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. We don't need that right now. We need, where can they find you? Not just now on Cash Considerations when we hook that back up, and not just at Newbie Talks, but what are you doing here with the lacrosse stuff? Tell the people.
Appreciate you, Dave. Appreciate you, Matt. Loving you. Love coming on with you guys. Glad to be back here. And yeah, you can follow me easiest way right below. They do a great job with the graphics here at Newbie Talks. You can see everything that I'm doing, hosting shows over with Wager Talking coming up in June 3rd already. The Premier Lacrosse League is kicking off. The best lacrosse that you will ever see. It's going to be on ABC June 3rd weekend. I'm doing a little bit more of, betting strategist role for them, but we're still going to be bumping out the content, as you guys always know. So, hey, best of luck to everybody tonight. Love coming on with you guys. And, Dave, he
hit
told
him
me
on the way out
to do it. I got to do it on the way out, baby. I got to do it on the way out, baby. Let's go, guys.
He knocked over the green screen.
He knocked it all over.
He knocked over the green screen.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh my.
That's too much.
That's too good.
Show.
How could you not? It's so fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Newbie's great. We appreciate that. Lazio will come over and come on in here in a little bit. This is like the non-rundown show. So like we're going to be all.
We stuck to it pretty good, and then we got the guests. Everything's happening now.
We have 2 guests, so like it's just gonna be a guest show today. We're gonna basically all of Sports Grid is just gonna be a guest show. We'll get to some games tonight. We'll do that a little bit later on. But what year did that song come out? Do you know?
1977, I think.
So it's my age. It's 46 years old.
It's amazing.
Wow. How about that?
I'll get the whole details. Actually, somebody in the chat. This is what we do.
Yeah.
We got people watching the show in the chat that like to fact check and check things for us,
sure.
ask us questions. That's why you should watch the show live. And if you do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But somebody in the chat, just Google Sixers song. It comes right up. There's a whole page on it, history. It was a silly song back in the 70s.
Do they play it after the win
Every game they play it after the win?
In the arena.
In the arena. You should see Embiid.
So it's as cheesy as I Love LA. Okay. That's fine when the Dodgers play it.
It's just like that Dirty Water song.
No, that's actually a good song. And we don't play it after every win inside the Garden.
Where they play it after every win, though?
Red Sox games, Fenway Park.
Oh, okay. So it's not cheesy there.
Technically, it's
everything. And they play that Sweet Caroline every.
That's the worst thing in sports. Everyone copied it. It's the single worst thing in sports. I wish that Boston never gave Sweet Caroline to everybody else, because all it became was. I knew it had jumped the shark when Iowa fucking State was playing it in their stadium. I went,
we got
really?
A lot of people in
really? Iowa State, really? You're playing Sweet Caroline? What the fuck are you doing? I used to get so mad. I'd be sitting in the press box, and all these media people would be going like, "Bop, bop, bop." You shut the fuck up. What are you doing? Like, just stop it, okay? This has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with Iowa State. Okay, just stop this, please. Okay. Unfortunately, we unleashed this bullshit on the entire sports world, and because everyone wants to copy what we do, you take it and now you make it everybody else. So it's the goddamn 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game into the 8th inning, Sweet Caroline, when it's 15-0 and the Red Sox are losing. Still play the fucking song. It drives me nuts. Like, you're losing. What are you doing? Don't play that song. It's embarrassing. Yeah, but the tourists like it though, Matt. The tourists are all going ba ba ba. Drives me nuts. I hate it. I would. That's the one thing. So yes, Sweet Caroline is extraordinarily cheesy. The Sandals, Dirty Water. That's a track. Whoa. I can get behind playing that.
Whoa.
Sweet Caroline, Neil Diamond. I've had long arguments with my friends who love Neil Diamond. They think he's incredible. I think it's awful. I can't listen to Neil Diamond.
I love Neil Diamond. Oh. That was one of my mom's favorite singers. Back when I was a little kid, we watched a jazz singer 100 times and listened to all the music. I actually went to a concert back in the day when I was little.
Neil Diamond?
Yeah.
Wow.
Had to go. My dad wouldn't go. I went.
Did he play Sweet Caroline?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. Did they do touching hands? Did everyone touch each other?
Yeah, I mean, it was
strange.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we got to cancel Iowa for a trip after you.
We're going to Iowa. No, we're going to Iowa. Let's go. I would rather go. To be honest, though, okay, and I don't mean to be mean on this, but I would rather go.
I don't mean to be mean. Means I'm going to be mean. No, I'm telling you, this is a heads up. The views expressed right now are by Sports Talk Matt at Sports Talk Matt Perrault, not necessarily the views of Boston University.
Okay, listen, I like Des Moines. I liked my 2 years in Des Moines.
There it goes.
But if we're going to that part of the country, we're going to Omaha. We're not going to Des Moines. There's more things to do. There's more people to see. It's an easier flight. We're going to Omaha.
Okay.
We'll go hang out. We'll go to the Creighton University campus. We'll go to Lincoln. We'll
got
drive
people
down
there now too.
We'll drive down. We'll go to Lincoln. We'll go to Nebraska. We'll go take a tour. We'll go look around. We'll do a show from my old haunts in the old market where I used to live. And we'll go to the ballpark. We'll go to TD. Is it just TD Ameritrade Park or TD Park? I can't remember what they call it because the TD Garden. I think it's TD Ameritrade Park, where they play the College World Series. I mean, realistically, what you and I should do this year, if we're going to go on a trip this summer, we really should go to the College World Series. You would fall over yourself. You'd have so much fun.
All right, well, we'll look at the dates. That might be possible.
It's all.
I just got a direct text from Les, our friend, our odds maker friend, Deuces.
Oh, okay. Hi.
The song was "Here Come the Sixers," a disco-flavored anthem from 1975 that has become the soundtrack for the NBA's most precocious team.
Precocious?
Why did you put that word in there? That wasn't right.
Like losing? I mean, precocious.
I don't know. And don't you? He said I'm not answering him. I'm answering him. We're getting Emerson ready. I got all the things going on. He's texted me directly about the Sixers song. Thank you for texting me. Les, you son of a, you know what?
No, see, like, this is a song that is timeless.
We're going to
play this.
We're going to get copyright.
You play this.
Oh, here we go. What the hell's going on right now? What is going on?
See, that's a song,
That
man.
wasn't in the rundown.
That's a song. That's timeless. You can play that today driving down the road. That's a song where you drop the top down on the convertible I got outside for the week, and you blast that baby driving around. I got a gold color Mazda Miata to drive this week. The Golden Knights can't lose. They gave me a gold car. I got a gold car.
I need
It's
this
awesome.
deal. I need this deal. We should do. Actually, I'm just putting it out there. You remember carpool karaoke?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
We
Do you
should
remember coffee?
I've talked to E about doing this. I've talked to E about the cars I get because you set up the 3 different cameras and you do it like Jay Leno, and we just drive around talking about sports in the car that I've got.
I already we'll do it. E will do it.
Yeah.
I'll either come to your house, you come to mine, pick me up. We go drive on the strip real quick, talk about something, go downtown one day, drive around.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we'll take it out to Red Rock. You get one of them fancy ass things that you like to off-road on.
Oh.
But if you hurt my back, I'll kick your ass. I'll be scared. I get very scared if you start doing them bump and boom and bang and boom. Yep. I will shit my pants, and I don't want to do that.
So good. Oh yeah, I'd scare the shit out of you. That'd be fun as hell. You go about
You drive
get the big. I drive way
too
too fast in there too, though. That's real fun.
Oh, no.
I've made people sick.
Oh, I don't know if I'm agreeing to this. We're gonna have to get lawyers involved to get some stipulations.
Oh, but he would do it because he has the GoPros that we could do it. We actually could shoot it. We could go and do a car show inside the vehicles I get. Debut the vehicles. I mean, because some of the vehicles are psychotic. Like my daughter,
they're unbelievable.
Well, the $125,000 Genesis with the white interior and the pink track lighting, and it had it's meant for a chauffeur because the back seat actually reclines. That could be that type of vehicle could be really fun to drive around.
You better get to Emerson. This guy got to go walk his dogs. He probably got snacks and string cheese and all that other shit available. He's probably got the wife getting ready to yell at him for doing the show and everything else. So we better get to Emerson quick.
The birthday boy is coming on.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Hey, fuckers. Look at this. Look at this. You were talking about shitting your pants.
Yeah.
You know how you stop shitting your pants? You eat a lot of cheese.
I had to bring the cheese because the kid took all the string cheese to lunch, so I brought cheese myself.
What are we doing?
Let's go, baby.
This show is out of control today. This is absolutely out of control today.
Okay, so are you guys aren't string cheese peelers, right? Like nobody here is 5. Like we're grown adults.
It really depends on how much time I've got.
What?
If I got to just rip it down, I'm biting them whole. But if I got time, sometimes I'll pull it down. Sure.
Oh,
we never have time, bro. Come on, man.
You don't
peel
peel
it like
it?
an adult. No, you don't peel it. That's what you do when you're like 5, 6, 7. Now,
I like it
you mash
long and slow and take my time.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. You like it long and slow.
Long and slow. Warm it up. Take your time. You guys just want to bite it right off? What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? Buddy, long and slow. It's a piece of cheese. Put it,
Man, make it last.
We're trying to make love. You're trying to make love, little string cheese. Yeah, you like
That's
that?
what you do to the string cheese.
Grow up. Grow up, Dave.
Come on. You're going to come on and tell me about Boston.
You know what? Hey.
Oh, my God.
Julian Edlow just passed you.
Oh, no.
Just passed you in my ratings.
No.
All right? I've seen him suck down some cheese sticks in our country.
That is some bull caca right there.
Poor Julian. He's never here to defend himself.
What have you guys been up to?
Dave,
Dave
Emerson jumps to come on the show.
Dave took a tour.
Asked Julian to come on. He's busy all the time.
Yeah.
South Shore people, it's how they are. It's all.
Yeah, I've seen him once this week. He hardly did shit. He stole a bunch of snacks from work, and then he fucking left. We shot a little commercial for ESPN that'll air tonight. It'll air tonight before the Celtics 76ers game.
Nice.
Very cool.
And then he just got the hell out of there.
Did you give out a side on the commercial? What did you do? Did you give out a side?
No, I let Julian do that so people can't get pissed at me. You don't want to listen to my fucking picks. I say, hey, Jules, what's a leg you would consider building around?
Right.
If you're going to build a no sweat same game parlay, okay? And then he goes off and talks about it. And don't ask me what he said because I wasn't paying attention.
It's like Charlie Brown's teacher.
I think he liked something about Yeah, dude. I know I give him shit. I like him for the most part, but yeah, he starts
For the
talking.
most part. Yeah.
He
Okay.
has been on fire lately. Whatever
Oh.
he is saying though, in terms of dishing out picks, I would listen to him. Like seriously, listen to
Well,
him.
yeah,
He's been on
because it's
fire.
been bet the favorite, just
Yeah,
bet the
right.
points, and then
Or
take the
the
dog
dog.
on the money
Yeah,
line. Like it
right.
keeps happening. But
yeah. I mean, like you really see Boston losing a third straight game as a favorite?
No.
I don't either, Matt.
No.
Like I don't either,
I hate
dude.
this.
What?
But
No, I'm not a homer, and you guys
No,
were
but
talking
Lotzi,
about
I'll tell
earlier.
you,
Like, I'm
though,
a Florida guy.
I'm not in on
here.
game 7
Right.
though. I mean, I think they win game 6, but I'm not in that they win game 7. Like I don't think they win tonight to win the series. I'm not in on that. I can easily see them losing in game 7 at home. I
totally agree with you on that one because there's been just multiple moments throughout the series where you're like, what the fuck, guys? Like, have some like fucking passion, some fire in your ass. Shove something up there that gets you absolutely to the nuclear level and make some fucking shots. And now Horford, if you can't make a three, stop. Fucking shooting.
Stop
threes.
shooting. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But they need like the supporting cast. Like you're gonna have Brown, you're gonna have Tatum, get theirs tonight. But fuck, who else is gonna show up?
Right. I mean, I think it has to be, to me, Horford's got to be a guy. He's got to be his stretch. He has to stretch the defense, and they've got to not turn the basketball over. Got to play up tempo and hit the open shots. They had so many open shots. That was like literally the make or miss game last. Philly just said, you can't hit shots. Go ahead. Keep shooting because you guys can't hit it. We can. And then, Boston gets run. What, though, on the ground, though, because Dave toured DraftKings yesterday, so we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, yes. I need to hear about
didn't
that.
have no string trees there.
No string trees?
I've been told there's string trees there. I have
snacks,
a source.
Dave.
I have my source, JP, in the Vegas office. It says we got a lot of string trees here, so you probably weren't looking in the appropriate spot.
Oh,
they only let
you got to speed it up. Yeah.
What's the feeling in the city right now? How, if they lose this game, is it like catastrophic anger or is
absolutely
just like, okay?
Because majority of people who I work with at DraftKings are from here, Matty.
Yeah,
and they're already miserable. They're already out on tonight. They have zero faith. But that's how this city is.
Yeah.
It's very
Puritan.
it's very doom and gloom. It's very fucking doom and gloom. When these guys are not playing great, it's like, holy shit, the world's ending.
Yeah.
We're in the ninth circle of hell. And then if they win, it's like, no one can fucking touch us.
Of course. Right. No, it's brutal. I'm with you. It's one of the worst things about New England people. It's the Puritan nature. It's what the people from England, it's what the church did to everybody. Brought them over. We hate ourselves. We're miserable all the time until we get way, way, way too cocky. And then it's really tough to survive when you get to that point. Unfortunately for the world, the Patriots just kept on winning. So the cockiness kept on going ding, ding, ding. It just kept on climbing because the Patriots just kept on winning and not losing. And so you never had that fall from grace. And then the Red Sox won, and then the Bruins won, and then the Celtics won. And it was just
everyone was fucking winning.
Yeah.
Everyone was winning.
Everyone. And then the world just became,
Hold on. Time. Hold on.
What's going on? What's going on? And what's with that hat you're wearing today?
I'm trying. This is my umpire hat. I came on. I didn't want to. I got the Phoenix stuff
Angel
on.
Hernandez. That's bullshit. Is that like your Angel Hernandez jersey?
Yeah. No. This is my son's. I got son's hats for the rest of the show. You're from Jacksonville. Okay.
Yeah.
The NFL schedule release is
the London of America.
Right. Exactly.
Seriously.
Why are they trying so hard, Lazia, to get this team out of Jacksonville and put them over in London? What the hell is going on? As a Jacksonville person from there, what's the area code of Jacksonville, by the way? What's the area?
904, baby. 904.
904. Okay. What the hell's going on with this team? They can actually win a division, but they got to send them on back-to-back weeks. What is going on?
I know. Well, they agreed a couple years ago. To start playing 2 games there. And that's more. And I think the agreement was as long as they both were not home games. Now, don't quote me on that. But Shad Khan obviously has a connection over there with in the Premier League with Fulham. So he's a guy. I think it wasn't there just a new stadium or something that he built. Anywho,
in Tottenham, right?
Yeah. And that's I think where they're going to be playing. So they're going to have
one of the 2 games. They're playing Wembley Stadium, the first one against the Falcons, and then Tottenham's Hotspur Stadium against the Bills.
Right. Yeah.
So it's yeah.
The Bills
and I
game
put-
is technically a home game according to the schedule that's out right now.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think the Bills are home for that one, and I think the Jags are home for the Falcons one.
Okay.
Either
It's a
way,
home game.
they're home for one
They
of them.
lost a home game.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about one of the interviews that the mayor of Jacksonville did recently, and we're talking about doing some major renovations to that stadium in Jacksonville. We're going to make it a lot like, if you've ever been to the one down in Miami, they have like the canopies and shit. I think they're aiming to do that, but the team wouldn't reportedly be able to play in the fucking stadium for like 2 years. And some are like, okay, so what the hell do you do there? Orlando's rumored. Gainesville.
Why couldn't you just renovate it during the off season? Like they did that to Gillette.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what they did with Miami too.
Yeah, you don't need to shut it down for 2 years. That's ridiculous.
It seems a little fishy. I'm not quite sure if the city's still battling like with Khan about how much each side's going to pay and all that shit. But then it's like, I hate seeing the rumors about, this could be like when the team or when Roger Goodell says, yeah, hey, let's test this, putting a fucking team over there like permanently or playing more than 2 games, like 2 weeks in a row. I don't know, dude. The Jags are America's team. That's the division of the working man. Shit's never easy, but they rise to the top. Okay.
But I have you guys winning the division, though. This is what's so annoying because the Bills game is a measuring stick. And you got to throw these games in London out the window. I would love to see where the Jags are at that point in the year in October, where we've played a couple of weeks. We kind of figuring out who everybody is. And now you got the team, one of the odds on picks, favorites to win the AFC. Yeah. And you can't even use it as anything because it doesn't matter because it's a game in London.
Buddy, I was living wild recently and threw a little Super Bowl future on Trevor Lawrence.
It's not insane.
What? No,
it's not. It's
what,
not.
What are you gonna say, Dave? Say it.
Say it. Insane. I don't think it's insane at all. I don't think he's nuts. I really don't. Trevor Lawrence could have a monster
Super Bowl in Jacksonville.
Why not?
This can't be.
It won't be in Jacksonville.
It'll be here.
Bud. We've done that before.
It'll be here. Could you imagine the Jaguars in Vegas?
I'm going to be in your living room, Dave. We've already talked about this. I'm staying on your couch, and you're going to be wandering around naked, walking through your living room, going to your fridge, eating shredded cheese out of the bag, and I'm going to be like, "Here, bro, just take one of these."
The kids are going to love you. Actually, yeah. My mother-in-law, she's going to be wondering, who is this Emerson guy, and why does he eat all the string cheese? But yeah.
Wait, your mother-in-law lives with you?
Yes, I got a full house.
Wife,
they have 3 daughters.
They have a next gen house.
Yeah, next gen house. So they're on the other side, but they're here all the time.
They have an apartment
father
in the house.
I was that huge snowstorm in Buffalo on Christmas. We were fucking snowed in with my in-laws, my wife and I, and my in-laws for 4 days, bro. All right, I've seen some shit. And I wouldn't wish that. I wouldn't wish that on Julian Edlow. I wouldn't wish that on my worst fucking enemy, dude. I'm serious. That was a struggle, bro. That was a challenge. And you know what?
You came out alive.
I came out alive, rose above that shit.
Yep.
And I'm a stronger dude because of it.
Boy, yeah.
Woo! And that's why you were so crazy in Arizona. That was your first trip out away from all of that.
I made some bad decisions out there, but we had a good time. We had a really good time, and I enjoyed joining the show with you two when we were out there.
Legendary appearance. It was. The brigade has become all big. Emerson, lots of fans. They love it.
Can I just say, I would like. Sorry to cut you off, Maddie, but the BVB brigade, is one of the most elite, supporting groups.
Yes.
Of a pod of a fucking team, whatever.
Yeah.
These dudes and dudettes in the chat and even on Twitter, I've started connecting with more of them. What fuck? It sounds crazy. Good people, fun people.
Yes.
Like to have a good fucking time. Yes. And I'm like, I could party with every single one of them.
That's what we say all the time. We have friends. We have friends everywhere.
Are you guys going to do a big ass BVB brigade party somewhere? I want in. I'm dead serious. I want in.
We're going to start it in June. Okay. We got something we're going to announce in June here in a little bit. But we have the Super Bowl here and we have F1 here.
Okay.
So we have 2 events that are coming that are going to be elite level craziness that, I mean, I don't know much about F1. I watched the Miami race and I was like, I can't believe this is coming here. Yeah. But the partying is going to be on another level. The money and the parties are going to be psychotic for F1.
Seen like
And then-
special packages are like a bajillion
It's
dollars.
ridiculous.
They're sold out. $1,000 a ticket. It's already
But
sold out.
listen, we had talked about making plans to come to Boston for the
Yes,
Stanley
yes.
Cup.
And that-
Oh,
And
well,
those
yeah.
plans
They shot
were
themselves.
completely
Blown up.
blown up.
Yes.
How disappointing was that for you too? Like as a Boston dude.
I mean,
Matty?
again,
that
it
was
su-
not
it
even
brutal,
stinks.
dude.
It stinks. It hurts. But again, there's nothing that's really going to. I'm no longer in the 80s. If that happens in the 80s, it's a far different reaction because we finally had something that was going to be successful and good, and we had never seen winning outside of the Celtics.
Yeah.
It now that after in the wake of the 90s, 80s, and 10s of what has happened, I mean, I've only seen one cup in my life. I would love to see another one. That would be great.
It's the
It's
best.
one of the biggest travesties in mankind history that this core has just one cup.
Correct.
I mean,
It
there's
is
no
bad.
way what happened like last week or whenever it was 2 weeks ago stung as much as Game 7 on your fucking home ice against the St. Louis Blues. Like 4 or 5
That was
years ago.
awful. I mean, right. Losing in the finals is way
bullied
more
you.
painful. I mean, I just said to Dave on the show, like, I would rather lose in the first round than lose a Game 7 in the Cup finals at home.
Yeah.
Like, don't take me to the brink and
Yeah.
break my heart. Like, break my heart early. like, let me get it out of the way and go, okay, it's not happening this year, on to next year type of situation. And look,
Yeah.
I would love to see the guys come back, but Bergeron most likely is not coming back. Krejci most likely is not coming back.
Yeah, I mean,
But they're
Krejci at
still
least
gonna be
said
good.
he's not doing the league across across the seas or where's he
Right,
from?
yeah,
Czech.
he's from
And
Sweden or something.
Yeah,
Finland.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You're free. It was
great
the K?
area of the world over there.
Right. Wherever he's going to play, he played that 1 year. He's not doing
Right.
that. So he may stick around.
Yeah.
But do you think Bergeron plays? I mean, he keeps on saying, I'll make a decision later.
Maybe aren't they in like cap hell too?
They are.
like
They are.
they've got some serious decisions to make, and so will the Celtics. Like if their season here like ends tonight, but I think he may give it another go.
It would be
If you can
great
yeah,
because everyone comes back then. I mean, it's just
like a farewell season, but
Yeah.
let it be known. Say,
This
hey,
is
yo, I'm coming back,
Yeah.
because then the boys are like, yo, we're fucking behind you.
That's
The
right.
city's behind you. The energy
Well,
in this town.
the
will
thing
be
is that next
electric.
year is going to be about one thing and one thing only. And that the difference is that this year, a lot of us, including me, got caught up in the record. And it was like, man, could they set the record? Could they win the most games? Next year, people won't care if they pull a LeBron and they're the 6th seed. Like they won't
Yeah.
care. It'll be one goal and one thing only. It's the cup, and that's all that matters. And fuck the regular season.
Yeah.
I don't care if Bergeron plays 2 games.
Yes.
In the playoffs, we're good. So that's why I think he might come back, because they could give him essentially like a part-time schedule
Yep.
to get ready for the playoffs and then play in the postseason.
Yeah, because
bad
I don't know. Like, do you now look at that regular season and you're like, meh, greatest regular season in the sports history?
I
Can't
think it's
appreciate it
something.
now, right?
I think it's
mean,
something.
It's something, but
It's
it's
07. It's
it's too
the
close.
Patriots, right? It's the same exact thing. The Patriots were the first team ever to go 18-0.
fair.
It's great.
Always
They went
bring the
18-1.
shit back to the Patriots on it.
Well, it's the same thing though. Like people from New England recognize that Patriots season because it changed everything. Everyone was going defense, defense, defense. Patriots went full on offense, broke every fucking record in the league, and lost to the Giants.
That was absolutely
Yeah,
like
was
sexy
great.
as shit.
That was
they
that was
killed-
phenomenal.
Everyone
That
was like,
so good.
Randy Moss was just
Oh.
Brady, deep,
Must see
deep.
fucking TV.
Yeah, it was
Oh, it
so
was
fun.
Great.
So I think we all look back on this Bruins team and go, that's the same thing. We love it. We appreciate the ride. It was fun, but the ultimate goal wasn't achieved. Now the Patriots were able to do a bunch of more rings after that. So if the Bruins win a cup the next year, then it's the 03-04 Red Sox. You're heartbroken 03, you won it in 04. Win it next year, everything is forgiven for this
Everything's
season.
forgotten about
For
Yeah,
now.
Fair enough. All right, last one for me.
Okay.
Before I throw it back to Matt and we get you out of here, the brigade is literally hitting the follow button at Emerson Lazia right now.
I love
on
it.
the
Let's
Twitter
go,
to
squad.
join
Come
up
on,
because we're
let's
like, how
go.
did we not know who he was before? Now
I love
we
to
know.
I love to
Now the
interact
people
too.
know.
I was just
This
talking
is
shit,
great.
Matt.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
a couple of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
chimed.
yeah.
Couple of them chimed in too. I was
It's
talking
fine.
mad shit over this Falco canine place around here. There was
Yes.
a dude. Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw.
Absolute
That
piece of shit
sucks.
human
Yeah,
being who's
yeah.
being accused of abusing dogs at this dog training center. I'm so fucking fired
Matt,
up
you're
about it.
mad. I saw that on the
I
Twitter.
am
It's
really angry about
Right.
it because we almost We almost dropped our dogs off there like a couple of years ago. And in the night before, a friend called, said, "Hey, have you heard about these accusations there?" Anyway, I'm not diving into that.
No.
That's what you're going to see me fired up about right now on Twitter, people.
Listen, you're fired up, period, which is great. You always bring the emotion and energy and things like that. But people like to kind of besmirch people from Florida for a lot of things. And guys like Julian say that you're one of the biggest frauds and all these other things.
Yeah. I love it. He also calls me homeless.
Yeah. But the Florida Panthers are one game away from eliminating the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah.
And I had to ask somebody who was born and raised in Florida, from Florida.
They don't care.
Are there real hockey fans in Florida?
Weird.
Like, seriously.
But you know what, dude? Like,
close.
Yeah, before it was the same when the Thrashers used to be in Atlanta. Yeah, down in the South, bro. Especially Florida. I mean, Georgia, Alabama. Like, everyone watching us, it's fucking college football. Like,
especially where you're from. You're from all in college football.
Yeah, dude. Like, there are times if your NFL team sucks, people start tuning out. People stop showing up because they go all in on fucking Saturdays because you have some of the best teams in the country down there. Like,
and
UCF,
talent, high school talent comes out of there.
Yeah,
recruiting. You're really in the cross section.
Where did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to UCF there in Orlando, future home of the Jaguars for 2 years.
No, that's possible. But he's from where he's from, Dave, is Florida, Georgia, and Alabama.
Dude. I'm basically it's a southern Georgia.
Yeah, it's all the big fights.
Right.
So that's why the cocktail party went to Jacksonville.
You got to look at a map and you'll see there's a lot more out there to discover about this. It's a fucked up state, dude. It really is. Why do you think I am the way that I am?
I drove through it and I had to stop for gas at a place just over the Georgia border into Florida.
Oh, and dude, someone probably tried to sell you crack.
The guy could must have smelled that I was from not these parts. And when I went up,
did he tell you had a pretty mouth?
I was like, I said, I think I said I need 40 in gas on this. And he said, y'all not from around here, are you? And I was like, no. And he goes,
bro,
okay. And he stared at me and I looked down at the register and there was pickled pig's feet in a jar. like this is
normal.
What you like.
That's
in the
normal.
Real world, you get gum or you get Snickers bars or something.
No.
They had pickles pig's feet.
I told you this when I moved to Alabama. The fact that they eat full meals in gas stations freaked the fuck out of me until I lived there for 5 years.
I ran out of there and said, "We gotta go."
There's a great southern gas station though, Buc-ee's. I don't know, if you guys have it out west. But they have some of the best fucking brisket and pulled pork in Florida. And I usually will shit on some people who really commit to eating at a gas station every day. But when I'm in town, I have to go to Buc-ee's and I have to get some pulled pork.
For real.
Or something, dude.
Oh yeah,
really
Buc-ee's,
good.
It's a huge
really
truck
good.
area, but it normally has a gigantic in the center of it has a whole 5 or 6 restaurants, and normally it's a good barbecue joint in there.
Yeah, because it's like my first time when I was in Pittsburgh, they were like, you got to eat at Sheetz, and
Sheetz is a big deal,
dude. Amazing.
Top shelf.
Yes, that's what it's like. That's what Buc-ee's is like. That's where we should do the BVB brigade pregame. We should all go there. Be sitting on the hood of our cars, smashing and mashing fucking. Why am I holding all these string cheeses in my hand?
You could get string cheese in there. Have you ever been to a come and go?
No.
It's a Midwest version of Buc-ee's.
Okay, no, I've been to a different one, but not to
come
that
and go. They spell it with a K. Come and go. I didn't know about this either, Emerson. I had no idea.
Okay, Addison just said in the chat, come and go.
See?
Really nice restrooms, which is a big deal, Addison. That's a big deal to me. And Buc-ee's, despite serving up all that saucy barbecue, does have clean, nice, fresh smelling
they have
restrooms.
And they have showers too. So you want to shower, you can shower. You can shower too. So.
Yes, dude. It's a truck stop.
What are you doing down there?
It's a truck stop, bro. And then you go in, you got the condom machines, like the lotion machines, anything you want for a quarter. You put it in there, you get whatever you want. Anything you want.
Choose your own adventure. All right. Emerson, you're the best, man. Thank you for coming on. We'll do this again soon, all right?
All right, I love you guys.
Emerson Latzia from DraftKings joining us here. It's so fun because we don't even talk betting with him. It's so good. we don't talk anything about gambling. It's so good.
He does the commercial with Jules. He says, I'm not even listening.
Yeah, go ahead.
Commercial doesn't go. Remind me at the end of the show. You do that to me all the
time, so we're all good.
I got to put the string cheese away. I brought the string cheese. He brought a whole handful of
so good
of cheese.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I don't know how long we've been on the air for. What, an hour and a half? I don't know what we're doing.
No, we started at 10:47, I
Yeah,
believe.
it's
We have been
noon.
on an hour and 8
Hour,
minutes, I believe. Yeah, we're
hour and
good.
8 minutes.
Get back to the rundown.
It's unbelievable. What rundown? My God. Yeah. All right, let's get
Have you
into it
been to
now.
Buc-ee's?
Yes, I've been all over the country. I told you I've lived in all these places. Yes, I lived in the South. I told you Jacksonville is the redneck Riviera. You just go ahead and take all of the panhandle and you slap the whole side all the way over to the Atlantic. And they is the biggest rednecks in the world live in North Florida.
Oh,
Literally, when people say redneck, they mean North Florida. That's what they mean. I'm serious. I'm not even kidding.
boy.
Yes. You want to talk about like the most what you would consider in a movie, if you were going to go to, central casting to find someone to be casted as the redneck in whatever place, you would go to North Florida. Go, there's your guy.
I went that one time driving down.
Yes.
So I was driving down on spring break, and that dude, I swear, when he said, for y'all not from around here, are you? And I just went, no, sir. And I looked down, I saw the pickled pig's feet. I dropped the 220s and ran out of there. My buddy was like, what's wrong? I said, we got to fill up the car and go. Come on. I think they're eyeing us up. I think we're going to get robbed. I was nervous. I was scared. Oh, man.
So I was wrong about that. I thought the KKK was formed in northern Florida. It's not. It was formed in Pulaski, Tennessee, and then Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is close to northern, which is not that much. Actually, that's in the central part of Georgia. Okay, so I was wrong about that. But I'm pretty confident that there's been some very large sections of the KKK that have been in North Florida in American history. So
I don't know nothing about all of that. I want to know
Just
nothing
saying.
about all that. I did a huge study in 9th grade history on the
Yeah.
KKK and learned way more than I needed to know about it. And then I went to college at Penn State and learned way, way more than I needed to know about it.
And then I moved to Alabama, and then I experienced way more than I wanted to learn about it.
I would kill for tapes of you in Alabama.
I have tapes of me in Alabama. What are you talking
No.
about?
I mean, you have videos, like, just going to restaurants and stuff, like
No, like my experiences? No, I don't
Yes.
have tapes like that. No.
No.
I've got some. I know there's like some
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
flashcards
this
flying
is
around.
the family show. I don't want those tapes. What are you talking about?
There's some flashcards. No, not like those type of tapes, but like there's video
What?
of like, I know there's video of like me going to a wedding on some flashcard
Oh, yeah.
some flash drive in Alabama that I
Okay.
went to a wedding down there, my friend's wedding.
Okay.
And then I know there's I know there's like in the infancy of the internet, like on the MySpace days, like there's some stuff that was flying around from my time in Alabama. But my time in Bama really was pre-internet explosion. Because I
Right.
went down there in 2001. So it's before everything. Phones didn't have cameras on them the same
Phones
way.
did not have cameras. Only those couple spaceship phone cameras
Yeah,
started.
so, like,
in the
I was
early
there from
2000s. You had to
01
be
to-
super rich to have one of those too.
I was there from late 2000 to April of 2004. So those 5 years I was in Alabama, or 4.5 years I was in Alabama. So I never experienced the internet down there per se.
Thank God.
Then I went to Omaha, and that's when we started. Everything really got kind of cooking. The first ever show social media. I think the MySpace page still exists actually. When I worked for Big Sports 590, but that was the first ever thing on the internet. Was on MySpace.
I remember AOL.
Yeah, the dial-up song
That was
when you put the CD in. So bad.
waiting.
I'm like, I tell
It was like,
Madeline,
boom.
I tell you, Maddie, you know that I used to have to put a CD into the computer, and then I just disconnect the telephone, the landline, to put it in the
Had to
back
get
of
a
the computer.
landline just to actually operate the computer.
And then you couldn't talk on the phone when somebody was on the internet. So they pick the phone up and it would disconnect, and you get really pissed off because the person, like, I was on the internet. You can't open the phone. I'm on the internet.
You
Kids
had
have
to
no
have two
idea.
phone lines. We got two
Mhm.
phone lines at Camp Sharapan. back
Kids
in
had
the day.
no idea what we went through. All the
No.
chaotic crazy that was
No.
going on. What is Johnny P? Oh my.
What?
Johnny P just went to prove you wrong, went to the cafeteria at DraftKings, took a picture of all of the string cheese that's there. And there are trays and trays of string cheese.
We didn't
in
go
the-
to the cafeteria yesterday, him and I. We went to the trading room. We went to all these other places. Thanks, Johnny P.
Johnny
Well,
P said,
I could have had a string cheese. I couldn't even try to get a coffee there yesterday. It didn't work. I had to
Really?
get just water.
really?
Damn. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
interesting. Why is somebody texting me saying repping Boston with a Florida guy, huh? What are people doing? I don't know that 339. Who's 339? What area code's that?
339.
I don't know who that is. Someone just sent me a text message. 339 area code. Who is that?
Thanks for watching the show.
That's in
339.
Boston. Who just sent me that text message from Boston? 339. That's the new Boston proper zip area code.
Man, oh
I've never
man.
Wow. I've been going so long.
Could
I
have
mean,
reached out to us. I mean, you know, you're
617 and
stuck,
50
Matt. Your
508.
DMs are open.
Yeah. 607
Ask the BVB at gmail.com. You can email
Right.
us anytime you want.
617 508. Those are the area codes I grew up with in
Right.
Boston. They've added a bunch of new ones. 70 something they added. 339 they've added. As the population grows, they add more and more area codes.
Boy, there is a lot of string cheese. Johnny P just sent me the thing.
Yeah.
No wonder Emerson eats all the string cheese. They got an endless supply.
You know, it's not bad. I can't say I really would be that all angry at that.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what? I'll save that for my favorite thing about today because that's
What?
really cool.
Oh, you got something. Okay.
The announcement for the first ever Sports Gambling Hall of Fame was just announced. Who is in the first ever 3 members are in it, which is really kind of wild.
I didn't get nominated because
You'll be there
they're gonna
eventually.
assure that
Don't
I'm
worry.
going to be a first ballot induction. So
They assured you will be?
no, they didn't assure me of anything, but they said it's too soon. We have to get this thing established, and you know, essentially,
Yeah, you're
too
still
young.
active. Yeah, you're too young. Yeah, you're active playing. It's like putting Joel Embiid in the Hall of Fame. You can't do that. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame, but he's not going to go in yet.
Correct. That's what
You're still playing.
The discussion was pretty simple. So
yeah, you're still playing. Eventually, when you're done, then you know you don't want to go in. That means you're done. When someone puts you in a Hall of Fame, it means you're over. Your career is over.
There is a poll right now on the live feed on YouTube. It just popped up. This is fantastic because now I don't even know when we're doing it sometimes because Farrah's got control of this, which I love, Farrah. I love that you're doing this. Should we talk about sports? Yes or no?
Is he annoyed?
Is there a more BVB thing than that?
I don't know.
The no is leading.
It's fine. It should lead. It's what we do.
The no is leading.
Netscape Navigator, Chris Otto. There you go. My goodness. Remember that the fight? Are you AOL or Netscape? It was a big fight between the two.
Fight.
Yes, Kevin said Matt dropped a MySpace reference. No one under 30 knows what he's talking about. That
no
is
idea.
true.
Kids
no
don't
idea
know
what I'm talking about.
They don't
no
know
clue
about no MySpace.
And no one knows about your top 5 songs. Remember that whole deal? It was very important about which 5 songs you put up. That was always a very big deal. Everyone was very conscientious about that.
Well, that was kind of an indicator. That was
right. Who you
like
were
in baseball when you're in the third base
tell.
coaching box and you're given a signal. You had to give an indicator, like touch the cap or go across your chest. That's the indicator. And the next signal was whether what you did. Well, I mean, in the MySpace world, the Netscape, all that stuff. I mean, the song thing was a signal for a title shot. You had to be very careful about what songs you put up.
True.
That was, if you
Girls
put up
might get
that
turned off,
crazy
right?
metal
Yeah,
stuff,
you're like,
you know what you were getting. You know what I'm saying? But if you put on a little, Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, R&B,
Sonic says the people with 2 landlines were the coolest in the neighborhood. They were the coolest, but they also were the ones that they always had either the wherewithal or the money because I talked about this on Twitter the other day. The most awkward thing you guys will never experience is calling a girl for the first time and having the dad answer and having to call for his daughter. And while you waited for the girl to come to the phone, you had to small talk with dad. And that was the worst.
That was a good thing.
That was the worst when he was like, so what are you all about? And you had to boil your whole life down to a 20-second snapshot of well, I'm on JV varsity soccer right now and I'm trying to go and play for this. And I volunteer at my neighborhood, whatever. Just trying to make yourself sound as good as possible. Yes, sir, I am totally worthy of talking to your daughter. I promise you I'll be good. I'll treat her right. It was the worst. And then the benefit was then came your own ring. So she knew it was for her. And then it came their own phone line, and you could call it. Only she would answer it. Those were if you had your own phone line, you had money in my town. That's how you knew.
If you had your own phone line, that was a problem. That was a problem
for whom? The parents? Yes.
There was no, we had 7 of us in the house, 5 kids, and ain't nobody ever had their own phone line. It was
Oh,
all one line. And then
their own ring.
other line was for the computer or the fax machine, which people Google fax machine. There was a thing that you actually had to
Yeah.
send papers and documents with. And when
Yeah.
you were the, son of an entrepreneur, you had to have a fax machine when they came out. Don't ever use the fax phone unless everybody was sleeping.
Oh.
Then you had your own line on the fax phone.
Ah.
And that's where a lot of night conversations happen, if you know what I'm saying. You
Roger
weren't
said, Matt strikes me as a hard-nosed third baseman, Dave a catcher. No, I played center field and pitched. Those are my 2 positions.
I
I played
played
first base
everything.
a bit too. I played a
Yeah,
little first base too.
I played everything, but I love pitching, but I was a middle, I was a corner. I didn't catch. Brother Dan caught. I hated catching. I went to catching
loved
school and
catching.
stuff, but I hated it. You liked it? I know you told us that before. I can't believe that.
I loved it, but the problem was the coaches hated me because I have really good hand-eye coordination, and I picked everything.
Yeah,
I,
so
I
what?
oh, in my town, if you didn't slide your body in front of the ball and block it with your chest, you got benched.
Man, all we needed to do was to catch the damn
Nope.
ball.
Nope. Coaches, I got pulled time at times from coaches because I would just pick it, and they'd be like, "You can't slide. You're being
Well,
lazy."
no, you had to know how to block the ball. Like, so we would I mean,
Yeah, I
we
wouldn't
trained
do
our
it.
kids like that. We had to
Yeah,
block the ball.
no, I didn't like getting hit in the nuts with the ball.
Oh, well, then
I
you
didn't
weren't
enjoy
gonna
it.
be a catcher. We had to put
Yes.
your ass out back in the outfield. Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
but I was
so
really good at it
no,
though, and I could do it really good. I never missed. And so they always used to say,
you never
if you
missed.
miss it, we're gonna get a score. I go, I don't miss it. They're like,
Yeah.
well,
No,
yeah,
there's gonna
but
be a
you
time
will.
you're gonna miss it because you got bad habits. You can't do
Yeah,
that.
that's what my coaches would get very pissed off at. And so
How
they'd be
about
like,
you talk about when you called and the dad answered? How about when you called and the mom answered? How'd that work?
no, me and moms were always good. I've always been great. Moms and I connected. I knew the secret was to make sure dad was always going to hate me. I made sure the moms always liked me.
It's the key to everything. Young ones, young brigade members. Make sure the mom likes you.
Dad's always going to
sure-
hate you. Dad's always going to have a problem with you.
Listen, dad's gonna take some time.
Yes.
All right. Dad's gonna really take some time to have to get to know you. But if you get in with mom,
Mm-hmm. You're
where
golden.
she hands the phone to the daughter back in the day and says,
Yeah.
"He is so sweet. I really like him. Here's David."
Uh-huh. Bang.
Now that's
Uh-huh.
like laying 480 instead of minus 250 for the title shot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah.
Get in with the mom.
100%. I always knew that. I always knew that the moms were the key, and the moms always liked me. So I always made sure that the dads were always going to have an issue, and you knew eventually.
See, now you must have been kind of a prick because the dads always loved me too. Like, did you not hang out with the dads? Did you not
Nope.
like you didn't do
Nope.
that?
Nope.
Oh, I
No,
played
because
cards with
you
the
because you have to
dads. I
realize
did all
something
that
though.
other
You
stuff.
have to realize something though. Like as the time when I'm in high school, my father and I are completely on the outs. So my dad is not part of my
Oh,
life.
that's
My
right.
dad is
You were doing a lot of those crazy bad things when you was
so
a teenager.
well, not that. That's not why dads didn't like me because it was more or less like I had no time for adult men. Like I did not want to be. I was so mad at all of them because of what my
Okay.
father had done. So
Okay.
like I knew who they were. Like my longtime high school girlfriend I dated for 4 years, went to
Yeah.
college dating her. Like her father and I would talk, but like not that much. But the mom and I would sit there and have 24-hour conversations. Like we would literally talk till the end of the night. Like she and I would just sit and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. So like I just had a different relationship because that's how I was with my mom. So I think if I was closer to my own dad, I probably would have been closer or better with the dads of my girlfriends. But because my mom serves as both dad and mom for most of my formative years, I just had an easier connection with moms. It was just easier for me to talk to them than it was to the dads.
See, and I hung out with both my mom and dad separately and together all the time. But like when I hung out with my dad, I was with all of his guys.
Right.
So I learned how to talk and listen, mostly listen to old guys or older gentlemen talk
Mhm.
about whatever and find my way in to try to once or twice throw a zinger or two and then just come back and listen. Because mostly it was like, kid, you don't really know what you're talking about. They were telling me nobody
See,
knows shit all the way back then.
that never stopped me, but
Oh, I tried my best
I
too. And
argued.
that's why I always had to try to prove,
Yeah.
point or whatever. And then the moms, I mean, your mom's Italian. She reminded me so much of my grandmother. I forgot to tell her that. Like
My
in
mom?
her yeah, oh, it
Nice.
was unbelievable. It was like my
Yep.
Nonny Deannie just literally in front of me. It
Yeah.
was great. But
My
I
daughter looks so much like my mother now. It's crazy.
it's alarming.
It's alarming how
It's
much they
alarming.
look alike. That's like I saw them together. I was like,
When she was standing
whoa.
outside the car and Maddie was kind of, being a
Right,
little
dude.
bit of a baby, and I was like
A
looking
little
at the
bit.
2 of them, I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, she
They're
really looks
spitting.
like her grandma.
They're spitting images. It's bizarre. On this trip, when they took pictures, I was like, whoa, Madeline looks like a grandmother. It's like, wow. It's like, that's nuts. They're
Right. Yeah.
identical. Maddie has the Italian skin and the Italian looks. So, which is good. So she's half Italian, but she'll lean
Her
towards the Italian
eyes
side.
look just like your mom's eyes. Like that's where I
Yep.
noticed it. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways, all right,
All right,
let's get to something on sports related here.
let's go.
So AD got hurt last night. He
Yes,
is
he did.
facing potentially a concussion. The Warriors win to force a game 6. How concerned, if you're a Laker right now, Laker fan, that Anthony Davis may miss game 6?
They just flashed it across the bottom line. I just saw it.
He did not
There's
suffer a
0
concussion.
chance of him not playing game 6.
0 chance. Oh,
There's no scenario where he's not playing game 6. Now,
okay.
is he
Interesting.
healthy? I don't know yet, but he's playing game 6. So I have no concern at all.
Roger Long,
You?
how about when you get a title shot interrupted in their house and you're forbade from seeing her again?
I
That is the single worst situation ever. And thankfully, I never got caught like that, because that would have been my mom. The only time that happened to me is my mother came home unannounced, and that was going on, and she did not interrupt. She actually went back out. My girlfriend left. My mom sat me down and like just said, I need to explain to you what I just walked in on and why I will never walk in on that ever again. And I could have interrupted you and I didn't. And the shame was like, I was red the entire time. Like the entire conversation, I was completely red. It's like, this is
my
awful.
high school girlfriend lived next to a park, city park, and we were in the back seat. We weren't reading a book.
Right.
The park was closed.
Uh-oh.
All of a sudden, there were some high beams on the car.
Police or parents?
Can you imagine? I'm light sensitive anyway. We're in the back seat of a Volkswagen Cabriolet just hanging out,
Yeah, quote unquote.
and some high beams hit the rear view mirror.
You're blind.
Literally, Roger's giving me flashbacks right now when he's talking about this. Get out of the car, still unable to see who the high beams are. Adjust some things
Put some things away.
and look, and it's the girlfriend's dad.
No. Oh,
was
that's
like-
bad.
I was like, well, hopefully I'll see you again sometime, maybe.
I don't know what I'm
Have a
going to
good
do if
night.
that happens. If that happens to me, I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
All that was said, and I still to this day was never mentioned again, but get in the car. That's all I heard.
To her?
It wasn't me.
Oh,
I was going to
boy.
run to the woods. I thought I was dead.
Right?
Yeah. It was get in the car, and that's how I knew it was him. And I was like,
Oh.
oh no.
It's like the scene in Goodfellas where he was like, only cops cock like that. If it was a wise guy, I would have been dead.
Exactly. I knew I wasn't dead, and I knew I
Right.
wasn't going to jail yet.
It's like no one,
But-
I wouldn't have heard it. It would have been, that's
Yeah.
it. I would have been dead.
For those of you from Pittsburgh, it was Banksville Park. It was one of
Ugh.
my all-time stories because I went home
Brutal.
and I was completely like I remember to this day and said, we're never doing that again. I don't care what
Right.
is going on, how good the music is, how
Yep.
much things are rolling. We ain't ever doing that again. So, yeah.
Did
got
you
caught.
guys, we'll talk about this and we'll move on. For your prom, did you guys rent hotel rooms?
No, they would have killed me.
Oh,
No,
really?
We weren't allowed. We weren't.
Okay.
It was
'cause
perfectly made. It was made perfectly clear that you will not be going to a hotel room.
So we did that. I skipped my senior prom to go to a concert, but my junior prom, we all went and we rented bungalows on the beach in Seabrook, New Hampshire. And we got up there after prom at like 11:30. It was crazy too because we actually drove past a huge accident. One of my friends was actually in that huge accident, and
Oh,
he drove a Jeep, and his Jeep flipped over, and a girl's hand was on the railing, and it ground 2 of her fingers down to like a nub. It was really kind of really, really bad. She had to have corrective surgery and everything else, but we didn't know. We drove past it not knowing it was my friend's Jeep. It was my friend's Jeep. We got up there and she wouldn't sleep there. She was like, I'm not sleeping. These are disgusting. I'm not sleeping there, blah, blah. So we drove all the way back, but we couldn't go home because it was, our parents thought we were sleeping out and we didn't want to go home. So we ended up driving to the top of this mountain, and we parked and we slept. And at 7:30 in the morning, we got knocked. We slept in her car. We slept in her car. We got there at 1 at 7:30 in the morning, hungover, exhausted, knock, knock, knock. I look up 2 police officers holding lights right in our face going, you guys want to get the hell out of here, please? We were like in our full, I'm in my tux, she's in her prom dress, like straight up, like looking like if they could have breathalyzed me, it would have been bad. They just told me to go. They just go home. Like, get out of here, kid. Go away.
I give him credit for when they do that, because like the dad got me once, and then
Yeah.
the beach patrol got me in Newport Beach.
In Cali. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know the
Right.
beach was closed.
Right.
She might have known, but we were kind of, and then it was the spotlights again. And it was
Flashback.
like, you two go home. And I was like, we got to go now.
Time.
What?
We gotta run.
Gotta go
right
now.
Let's go.
Now.
We really
Thank
get outta here.
you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Let's go. Well, we'll just run through this. Knicks win.
Yeah, good for them.
They dead or they
Start
alive?
playing the news.
Are they dead or
York,
alive?
New York, blah, 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 blah. I said yesterday the Knicks were done. I was hoping they were done. Now we got a whole nother damn day or two to talk
They're
about. 'em.
losing
I
in the
mean,
next game,
right.
right?
I mean, the line is 5.5. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So
5.5.
Up from 4.5. It's up to 5.5.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Right.
They're going to lose. Congratulations
Agreed.
for them to extend the season, but like, it's done. Come on, right?
Yeah.
Over. Finish.
Over.
Shit.
I agree.
Yes, done.
What is going on with the total for Edmonton in Vegas?
Won't go over, no matter how many times we talk about it, how many times we bet it, how many goals they score early. It just won't go over.
I'm 1-3. I got the puck line at plus money, so I made money on the game. But
That was good.
Oilers killed them like I thought they were going to. But
They
I
did.
mean, the
They
total
played
is just.
good.
But the big question now is, what do you do with the Pietrangelo slash? This was one of the dirtiest plays I've seen in the playoffs so far.
I hate when it gets to this point. I swear. I mean, this is one of those things.
I mean,
1990, Adam Graves slashed Mario Lemieux.
Right.
Same situation. It was dirty. It was with intent to injure.
Yeah.
Which is what this kind of looked like.
Not kind of. Pietrangelo was trying to hurt him. Like, I don't think you can defend it. It sucks. He's a huge component, extremely important on the back end, blue line guy. I mean, I think McDavid's right. I think Pietrangelo was trying to hurt Draisaitl. I think he was trying to hurt him.
It's really hard to deny it when you watch it, right? I mean,
the puck's gone. He's just skating down, and he takes the stick and goes across both wrists. I mean, you played hockey, not me. I don't know what that must have felt like, but it can't feel good when someone's taking a stick across both your wrists.
So goal scorers, the elbow pads have a pad that goes down to here, if you can see it on there. So, and then the gloves have short cuffs. I use always short cuff gloves, just like Draisaitl, because your wrist can move quicker.
Okay.
There's an area of about, I don't know, 3 inches, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more, where there's nothing.
Okay.
If you get slashed there, that's bone, that's breaking, that's hurting. Let alone if you get a little bit of pad there, it still can cause some problems. So if you want to get goal scorers, you especially get them aggravated, you slash them on the wrist, right above the cuff of the glove. It's exactly what he did. It seemed like a kind of a cheap
Dirty.
move.
100%.
It was dirty.
Do they suspend him for game 5?
So, I mean, Otto said he's going to be suspended.
I can't argue. It sucks. I hope but I can't argue it. I can't say it's not warranted.
The problem sometimes with the NHL is that they wait to see the result to then do the suspension.
It's
Like
like
if
the foul call
Dreisaitl's
in the
not
NBA.
hurt,
Yeah, right.
then it's just a fine and not a suspension. If he's broke his wrist and he's going to miss the rest of the series, they suspend him for 2 games. Like,
Right, or
something
more.
like that. And the penalty is the penalty. When you get caught speeding, you get a ticket. Doesn't matter if you're going faster or there's nobody on the road or all this other
Right.
stuff. The penalty is the penalty. I used to have those discussions with referees on the ice. Well, he didn't catch them all the way. I said, a slash is a slash. It's 2 minutes for slashing.
It's the NBA though, right? Like they don't call the foul unless the shot gets missed. If the shot's made, no foul. If it's missed, foul. What the hell? A foul's a foul. Like, did he get fouled? Yes.
A foul's a foul. Put that shit on a t-shirt right now. What
Right?
the hell? A foul's a foul. Brought to you by the BVB Brigade.
Yeah.
Clip that shit, Mikey. Also, we're going to put that on a t-shirt. What the hell? A foul is a foul. I love it. You're right. Well, this is going to affect the series.
Wow. Okay.
What?
Breaking news. NFL player safety. Edmonton's Darnell Nurse has been automatically suspended for 1 game, and coach Jay Woodcroft has been fined $10,000 under Rule 4621, instigating a final 5 minutes of regulation. Pietrangelo is getting at least a game now. I mean, that Nurse fight was unbelievable. Did you see that fight? That was the best hockey fight in the playoffs by far. By far. That was unbelievable. It was 5-5-5, and then 5-5-5 the other way, and then the other way, and the other way. I was like, that's a fight I'd pay for. Like, that was a boxing fight. That was unbelievable.
That was as good of a pay-per-view event.
Yeah.
Like that was some swinging.
So, but Nurse is now suspended for game 5. So you got to assume Pietrangelo is getting suspended as well.
Oh my.
He has to get suspended.
I don't assume anything. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, Todd Furman, imagine the discipline coming next for Alex Pietrangelo and his tomahawk chop.
Wait, Furman's in the chat?
No, Furman's on Twitter.
Oh.
But I think that's a good read.
We should get Furman on the show.
We should. That'll be fun. We've only had him on for the Super Bowl. That's the only time we ever had him on
for the Super Bowl. We had him on. He wouldn't come on that day down when we were at live at the Sahara. He came by to see us, but he was too corporate for us then.
Oh, that's right. He said he wouldn't come on. Right.
Yeah, I was like, Todd, just sit down here for 10 minutes. No.
You guys do it. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Then he went and got married here in town. Didn't invite me.
Oh, that's right. Don't do that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Come
kidding.
on. Okay. Leafs stayed alive last night. Toronto wins 2-1. We buying a miracle or no?
You put it into the universe yesterday. You said it. You were counting the games and you forgot they had to win 4.
Right.
But they had to win 3.
Right. Yeah. I was like, wait.
So listen, they
Now
did
they're
it
there, though.
on the road. Good win.
Yeah.
They're going home. You see the line?
It's big, is it not?
Sunday. Oh, no, they play Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. Minus 180.
Yeah.
Minus 170 at some places.
That's right. It's a good line. I agree with it.
They're winning. Then they're winning. They were
I don't think
favorites
they
in the
get
first 3 games and lost.
Look, they win 2-1. Okay. They were up 2-0. They gave up that third goal. It was 2-1. And everybody went, oh no, here it goes. Florida, the crowd was electric. It was alive. They survived. They got 1. I do subscribe to that theory of don't let them win 1, because now they start to believe, and now they start that ball rolling downhill. They win game 5. Now it's 3-2. Now the pressure shifts. Florida's at home. Florida starts gripping. I'm not going to put it past the Maple Leafs. I think they could potentially do it.
Voting going on right now in the chat.
On.
Can the Leafs extend the series again?
Yes. That is a yes. Yes.
No.
Better question is, can they win the series?
They can win the series. There's 3 options on this one. Farra extended himself with a 3rd option.
Yeah,
Listen, the Brigade is smart. The Brigade is great.
Option.
I don't know if we can give them too many options. 1 and 2 is good. 3 is maybe a bit much.
I think they can win. They can win the series.
You would vote right now on they can win the series?
Yes, I think they win. I think it's possible.
I think yes is good enough.
Okay, but
win game 5.
They're winning game 5. Toronto's winning game 5. The question is, can they win game 6 on the road against Florida? Because if they do, you go to a game 7, all bets are off. Who knows what happens in a game 7? At home in Toronto?
You've just advanced the puck all the way down the ice to game 7. Let's win game 5 first.
They're good. I just told you they're winning game 5. My question comes to game
Total
6.
is 6.5 again.
Yes.
What are they doing? Should be 6.
My question comes down to whether or not they can win game 5. Sorry, win game 6, not game 5.
Man,
they win game 5.
Man, oh man.
So just saying, that's where they are. I believe game 5 goes to Florida. All right. We were talking NBA basketball earlier. It's time for the Thrive and Prosper prop bet of the day being presented by Thrive Fantasy. Full disclosure. After the show,
yes,
I flipped.
You flipped?
On the show, I was betting over Anthony Davis.
Yeah, we were
read enough
later.
Saw enough. I bet the under last night. I didn't bet the over.
Okay.
I bet the under hit. So I put it in our Discord channel. That's why you guys should be in the Discord channel. If I do ever change
what is
plays,
the Discord channel for the people?
bvbshow.com. So it's a good place to be.
Literally say it every day.
I can change flip before the game goes off. I read enough. I saw enough. I thought about it. You made good points. I went, you know what? Yeah, I see a blowout. I can't trust Anthony Davis in the fourth quarter. They didn't get blown out, but he got hurt. So the under came in and cashed. So it was wrong on the show. It was right officially, technically, as I played it going forward. So just
get in the Discord, people. That's all. You can see it in the Discord too.
Thrive Fantasy, you can eliminate countless hours of research and focus only on the top tier athletes that have the biggest impact on the game. User versus user prop tournaments for all major sports and the top multipliers in their prop lobby, which is what I have played so far. So I don't have any experience yet with the user versus user tournament, but I do have, you pick 2, 3, 4, or 5 different props, parlay them together, make a play. It goes, 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 10 to 1, 20 to 1. All the way up to the top, 20.2% of your money. So $10 to win 200 on a 5-legger in the prop lobby. Use the promo code BVB when you sign up today, and you will receive a 100% instant first deposit match of up to $250. You can download the Thrive Fantasy app in the App Store or go by going to our, like we talked about, Discord channel, bvbshow.com. Click on the sponsor channel, and there's a direct link that will populate everything for you to download to your phone, and it will already be set up with the promo code BVB. Today's prop of the day, Devin Booker, over 39.5 points and assists. That's available on Thrive. If you want to bet it, it's minus 115 on the over for Booker. Points is 31.5. Assists are 7.5.
I mean, the points are easy, no? Like the points prop alone, I think what is it?
31, 1.5.
1.
Yeah.
That's a big number. That goes over. Does the assist go over?
I think the points.
You like this over?
I think he scores 35 points.
If he scores 35 points, this wins.
Uh-huh. But I think the assist gives you a little opportunity if he has a big passing game, scores 28 and has 10 assists, or has.
It's not 30, enough, right?
30 points.
10 is not enough. I like under.
30 and 10 gets you there.
30 and 10 gets you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like under.
Okay.
When I saw this number, I was like, ooh, that's high. So I would say under. And again, it's more because of the assists. He's scoring. He has to score. We talked about this when they first went to Phoenix. How many points do him and KD have to score? We said 70. 70.
Yeah, so
whatever they combined. So his games in Phoenix were great.
In the series so far, the number has been 36.5 in game 1. He got 35. 36.5, he got 41.
Okay.
38.5, he got 56. 39.5, he got 48. Last game, 39.5 and got 32. But in the 2 games in Phoenix so far, the number has been 38.5 and 39.5, and he's had 56 and 48. So I'm riding that trend to go over.
Wow. We just got this in the chat. Thank you very much. Who is this from? CBW.
Yeah.
DeAndre Ayton has been ruled out of game 6 tonight due to a rib contusion per Shams.
Wow.
All right. No No, 8 in the past too. Maybe more points. I'm worried about the assist, Perrault. I am.
Nope. I like it over. 39 and a
Okay.
half. Devin Booker
All right.
over. We'll see what happens on that
Very
for
good.
this one. Okay, Sports Grid, thank you so much. Tomorrow's
Thank
Roll
you.
Call Friday. Hope to see you all here in the either in the live chat or watching it back on Sports Grid.
Yes.
For you guys live on YouTube and Twitter, it is time for the first time this week, almost BVB bonus time. All right, let's go to hockey tonight. We got Carolina and the down 3-1 New Jersey Devils. They are dogs on the road. Total is 5.5 in this game. 6 at certain
Why?
books.
Yeah. No, 5.5 now. One book, DraftKings, our friend Johnny P. Might be off today. I'm not sure if he's working today, but they have 6 that I see. Closeout, right? Wrap it up. Done.
Low scoring closeout.
Low
game.
scoring too. On top of that,
Low scoring closeout game. Yes. I think Jersey's going to be tight. They're going to be scared. They're not going to go open. They're going to play slower than normal. Not want to make the big mistake to give Carolina after they scored 5 goals in the second period last game. I think the tight Devil team equals an under game for me.
Seems odd that the line is only minus 135. What am I missing here? Minus 128 at Circa, minus 130 pretty much everywhere else. Only
Because they've been so good on the road.
35. I know.
That's why.
Okay. So the Devils are winning then. That's what that's telling you.
Possible. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Jamal Murray is questionable for tonight's game with the Suns with a non-COVID illness.
Jamal Murray didn't participate in the shoot around. Thanks, Akbar, my guy.
Wow.
What is going on right now? Let's see if the line's moving. Hold on. Back to the NBA screen. Oh, there it is. Phoenix -2, -1.5. Minus what?
How about that?
Wow. So the Ayton move came now. And they canceled it out with the Murray move. Murray going to play. Oh, no. This might be the end of the Suns. The Suns season might be setting. Is that what they're telling me? It's over?
I bet it that way, but we'll do it better to book it. Seattle at Dallas. Dallas is minus 195.
Yeah.
Woo.
Winning.
That's heavy. Seattle's awesome on the road. That's heavy.
I know.
Total finally went to 6, though.
A lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had enough. Listen, they've been listening to the show too. Don't let them tell you any different. Thank you guys for being here, listening, subscribing.
This game is good. I bet
Yeah.
this to go over, but I fully expect this game to go under just because.
You expect this game to go under just because?
I'm betting the streak.
Listening to the show.
I have. I've been the one telling you to bet it over, but I just think that everyone's talking about it. And I hate it when everyone talks about this because everyone's going to bet over tonight and then it's going to go under.
If everybody talks about it and hears about it on the show, at least say hello to the BVB.
No, look, everyone literally. When
it ain't hard, it's gone over every game.
Yes, 7 games. When I went over last time, I saw no fewer than 4 different accounts covering sports betting who quoted the game 7 for 7 to the over.
Yeah.
So now everyone's going to bet
Even
over.
the bots, even these bots that follow us, like they're putting out this game as the total. Just bet the Kraken over.
Yeah, I bet. I'm hoping for a push. I bet over, but I'm hoping for a push.
Plus money, 6.5 under -20.
It's 6.5 now. Oh, I got 6.
Oh,
6.5.
6 under -120 or 25. You could get over plus money.
Wow.
Plus money.
That's nuts.
I laid
110.
Playing it under.
Yeah, I laid 110, so I didn't.
Now
get
you can
plus
have
money.
plus money.
Wow, how about that? Okay, better to book it time.
Yep.
First 5 over 5, same bet from yesterday for the Royals and the White Sox.
Did it win yesterday?
Yes, it did, sir.
I bet it again today. There you go.
We're coming right back into it.
My analysis. I can't believe you threw a baseball game on there. It was like such a short card today. I was like, oh, we're not even going to mention baseball, bro. And you did. I'm impressed. I like it.
Yeah. So it's top of the second right now and no score, but 2 on and 2 out for the White Sox. So we'll see. I mean, Singer is so bad. I mean, the White Sox need to start cracking on Singer here. 8.82 ERA, gave up 5, 8, 1, 5,
Mm.
and 8 earned runs in his
Mm.
last 5 starts.
Mhm.
This dude's a batting practice pitcher. So we need a bunch of runs here for the White Sox, top of the
Wait, the
second.
game's
So
already started, Perrault.
correct.
What are
Yeah,
you
I
giving
know.
out this stuff?
I'm not giving it out. I'm just saying what I bet. I talked about this. I just tell you what I bet. That's what we talk about.
All right,
Under
I mean, the chat's
6.
saying the game's already started. It's
It has.
0-0 top of the
It's
second.
fine.
All right.
Right. I
That's
just
fine.
said that. It just said
Okay.
that. No, they got out of it. Damn it. No, 2 runs. They didn't get any runs.
Didn't get
Bottom
it.
second we go. Under 6, Jersey, Carolina, -120.
Under in this game.
That's what I bet.
No.
Yes.
No. I'll book this one. No.
Okay.
No. This is elimination game. No.
It is,
No.
but
We're gonna
teams
score
are
goals
not
tonight.
shooting at open nets.
We're gonna. Yeah, I know.
I
We're
don't
gonna score goals
understand
tonight.
what it is,
Yeah.
but they're not shooting at open nets.
So Jersey wins tonight with a low scoring game.
No, Carolina wins tonight.
Series is over.
I think it's a 3-1 win for Carolina.
Got to go out and buy some more Carolina
Yeah, me too.
Exactus today for lunch. I have to go stop by the book, pick up some more. You really think it's over tonight?
I do. Yeah, I think that building's going to be unbelievable tonight.
Okay.
They're going to be all in it for that.
I'm going.
for
I
that.
think I'm going to try to make a trip to Carolina for a Stanley Cup game if they get to the Stanley Cup. I've been to Edmonton for a game. Might be time. Might be time to go see the people down in North Carolina and go to a game.
In Raleigh.
Yeah.
It's a fun part of the country. I almost moved there. I got offered a job there back in the infancy of the internet. Turned
Doing
it down.
what?
What?
Doing a show?
Running it. Oh no, working for ACC.com.
Oh wow.
When I first signed on, when ACC.com first became a thing. Almost came close to moving there.
It's crazy how the powers above kind of steer us in directions when we're kids and we don't really know. Like you probably wouldn't have. It wasn't the right time for you to live in Raleigh.
I always listen to whenever I'm offered a job, I just sit down and I listen to what my gut tells me, and I always follow it. If it doesn't feel right, I don't do it. And there's been numerous jobs where it just doesn't feel right, and it could be an awesome job, and I'm like, nope, can't do it.
How do you explain that to like your entire circle of people and trust in your life?
No, because it's
My
only
gut's telling me not to do it.
It's me to me. It's all it is. It's just a me conversation. And whether you want to talk about that, is that God? Is that the universe? Is that our intuition? Is that my ancestors? I don't know. I know that I go to a very quiet place in my brain and I just think.
You actually have a quiet place in your brain?
And I just go, how do I really feel about this? Forget the money, forget the people. Do you want this job? And almost every single time it's been right to say yes or no. It's the same way I am with topics.
It's the same way you're with what?
With topics for the show.
Okay. Yeah.
I always, when I put a topic in, I always ask myself, am I putting this in because I'm just putting it in, or do I actually care about this? And that's how it gets on the show. Like if I care about it and I actually have a feeling in my gut that says, yes, I care about this, I put it on.
That's the beauty of the show because it's me, you, and Farra right now doing the show. And very rarely do you put something in there that I go, eh.
Right. Well, I know like today, if I was going to break down the schedule for the Packers, which came out today, you would have flipped out. Me too. I don't really care. So why make it the show? Because it's boring. Everyone's doing that today. Let's go and break down. Hey, Dave, what's the point spread for the games that have been out so far? What's the line going to be? Like, no, it's done. We have all summer to do that.
It's May. Like the beauty of the sports is today. We have 2 monster basketball games with big, epic, forward moving, results.
Yeah.
We have some great hockey games. There's very little baseball to distract us. Why am I going to talk about a schedule and stuff of games that aren't going to happen until September? Although we should be talking about football.
We will tomorrow.
We will not on the show. We should be talking to people about football season again because it's coming faster than people will actually acknowledge.
But that always happens though. That's just every because July is a dead month. So that's why I always say there's 11 months in the year because July is just dead. Nothing goes on really in July. In August,
Winning Las Vegas has to go. She's checking out. She just said, "Great show, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're meeting up soon.
At some point. Over 6, Seattle, Dallas, -110.
Yes. No thought, no analysis. It's gone 7 in a row.
Bet the streak.
Go 8. Bet it
Okay.
until it loses.
Boston -2.5 against Philadelphia.
This is personal.
No, it's not.
It's not personal in the book. It never is. It's not personal on the show. I'm going to book it, but I don't like it at all. I'm going to make it known to the audience, both listening later, watching now.
So then why book it if you don't like it?
I have a gut feeling, and sometimes my gut's right, sometimes my gut's wrong, that Boston's going to win this game tonight. But I don't think I'm alone, and I really want the Sixers to win. So I'm taking them +2.5.
You want them to win, but doesn't mean they're going to.
They could lose by 2, and that would be very ironic.
No, because no one covers. No dogs are covering and losing.
This has been the case. You're right. This has been happening. You're right. All of which is true. I'm taking the points.
Now,
10,
again,
9, 8,
I'm not
7,
saying
6.
Boston's winning the series, but I would say this. Bet Boston to win the series if you like Boston to win tonight. That's what I have done.
Yeah, that's a good move.
And you can
bet
just
the,
hang out.
bet the team to win the game 6 game to win the series is always.
By the way, the more
you
you that say the
sharp
Boston
guy.
Celtics are losing tonight, the more happy I am about my bet. So just FYI. So keep on saying Boston's going to lose. I feel better about it every time.
Put it in the chat. There ain't no poll for it right now. We got a bunch of people still here hanging and banging with us watching the show. Appreciate you all so much. BOS or PHI? Put it in there right now. I want to see that thing flow. BOS.
By the way, Chris,
PHI.
don't take +3. Just take the money line.
Why?
Don't do that. If you like Philly, bet the money. Don't take the points. Bet it to win.
He already took a juice 3. He already did it.
Don't do that.
Go Celts.
How is it +3? I'm telling you, Boston's not going to win this game and not cover.
Bet the totals, not the spread. Why is nobody?
Boston
following
wins.
instructions?
Boston wins this game by six or more. It's a 2-possession game.
BOS or PHI? Oh boy, BOS, BOS, BOS. There's a PHI. Eron Sean. BOS, PHI, BOS. 1-star Goroff, BOS.
I loved his name. 1-star go.
1 star.
Finally, Denver money line tonight. They're sending the Suns home tonight.
This is completely opposite of what I think. I
Okay.
think the Suns are winning. Did you not say this series was going 7?
I thought it was going to go 7. Yeah, but I mean, Ayton being out, who is guarding Jokic?
This is Jokic props over, baby.
I mean, he's going to kill him.
Big
Jokic-
Honey gonna have a big
Yeah.
night.
He's going to
Okay.
kill him. Whoever's guarding him is going to put them all in foul trouble. If not, he's just going to go ahead and score like crazy.
Suns
So.
are winning. We're going to game 7. We're not physically going, although it's Sunday. It's
Right.
Mother's Day. I'm not going to be
Sell
able
that
to
one.
explain how I'm going
Yeah.
to Denver to watch a
Don't
basketball
do
game on Mother's
that.
Day.
That won't
Definitely
work.
not
No,
doing that.
no.
No.
Booking or betting this?
Booking it.
Okay.
Suns win. I wore 8 Suns hats throughout the show today. Got every one I got in the collection. Like this white one.
Landale is not guarding Jokic tonight. Okay. If he does, he's on the bench by the third quarter with 4 fouls. If that's your answer, good luck. You're better off playing zone and saying, Jokic, get yours and stop everybody else. Murray being out, though, is pretty. If he can't play, that's big. Michael Porter Jr. props over if that's the case.
That's no good.
Yeah, if Murray's out, that's tough. But they've got, I mean, I'll give credit. Jeff Green's found the fountain of youth. Gordon's played really well. They've got some weapons on that team besides Jokic and Murray. So, and they've played so much without Murray over the last 3 seasons. It's not that uncommon to play without him. So, favorite thing about today is what?
Couple things. One, up early making the calls to get a couple guests today to have fun and just
Fun show today.
you know, it's just blessed to be able to continue to make the connections with people who really get it, you know, and I want to thank Newbie Talks at Newbie Talks, Dan Alexander at, you know, his name's Dan Newbert, but nobody can spell it. So he went to his middle name, Dan Alexander, and Emerson Lotzia, Lotzia. Follow them both. But
For
just the
sure.
fun of the conversations, both on the show, but the quick text back and forth and the genuineness of people never ceases to amaze me. And
Hmm.
we didn't tell Emerson to say all that stuff about you guys and people listening to the show and
No.
watching the show. He sees it. He feels it. So
Right.
does Newbie. Newbie was with us at the beginning, and we're trying to figure out a way to, continue to work with Newbie and maybe do some more stuff and all this other stuff. And him and I do those cash considerations. So it's genuine stuff, both what we do and what you guys do back. So that's one of my favorite things about today. The other favorite thing about today, I participated in an article that was on Sports Handle that we can mention tomorrow
Yeah.
on the show about the state of sports betting 5 years after PASPA was overturned. And that was a fun thing that kind of lit up my phone this morning because I was quoted multiple times in there by Smiley, who wrote the article. But there's some big hitters, some big swingers in that article that was like, people were happy that I was in there with them. So, and I got a
Mhm.
lot of pats on the back. I got my flowers and all that other stuff. So that was fun. And my last favorite thing about today was our phone call this morning. You and I and our friend AO.
That's nice. Yeah.
And hopefully we're going to have a big announcement for one of our first. I don't know if it's not our first official, but our first get together with the
Yeah.
people. For
First
the
B
people.
first BVB meetup.
That is us, like that.
Yeah.
Like we got no lawyers. Like
Right.
we had one call today, and we said, "This is what we need. This is what we want, and this is what we're going to bring. And let's try to make this work together." So we're going to announce it tomorrow. You guys got to watch the show on Roll Call Friday.
And
I
we're doing
can't
there's going to be a component for you guys to win a trip to come here. Airfare not included, but we'll take care of everything else basically.
I thought we were going to wait till
No, just saying to people, like it's a meetup, but
Oh,
there's
shit.
also not just a meetup. We're gonna have a way of, if you're out of town, if you can get to Vegas yourself, we're gonna take care of you when you come here.
I didn't know you were going to say that today.
Why? It's
We're
called a
going to wait
tease.
for that tomorrow.
No, it's called a tease.
That
Tease
was an
and I'm up.
excellent tease. I
So-
got excited. Literally.
So tomorrow,
I got
so that
excited.
when we make the announcement tomorrow, what we're doing, because I know a lot of you guys are like, "Oh man, I got to get to Vegas." Well, we may be able to take care of that. So just FYI on that. My favorite thing about today, actually, we got this email. So we've been watching this for a while. We went to Bet Bash last year in August,
Yeah.
but I'm reading this book by our friend Rob Meach, and I
Yes.
got literally like 10 minutes left of the audiobook and I'm done. So I'm pretty much done with it. But in the book, he talks about Roxy Roxborough, someone who I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with over the years. I absolutely love Roxy for a variety of reasons. Look up to
Mhm.
Roxy, but the guy is the most stylish dude on the strip by far.
Yes.
Love his outfits. Never see him even with a stitch out of place. Amazing hats. Just a impeccably well-dressed gentleman. He's a gentleman. He's not a man. He's a gentleman.
Yep.
He is going into the Hall of Fame. Never met Lefty Rosenthal. Heard all about him. But Lefty Rosenthal was 8th Rothstein in Casino. If you've ever seen that movie, that's the character that was based off of him.
Mhm.
And that guy, unbelievable what he has done in this town. And then the third is Billy Walters, who is going in as a Hall of Famer, which I think is amazing because his book is coming out and I can't wait to read the book to see what the book will have about Phil Mickelson. Phil's not very happy about the book.
I'm saving my book for the right time.
Right.
But a lot of Misha's book, the same people.
Now, a lot of them from you, but yeah.
Right, yeah, but like it's interesting to see it from your perspective because I was probably in the books for a lot of that stuff. For the Billy
Sure.
book, I can't wait. I can't wait to see because there's a 60 minutes that you could Google
Yeah.
with Billy Walters in it, talking to our boss at the time, Liam Matus, and I'm in the background twice on that. If you YouTube it, 60 minutes Billy Walters special, you'll see me one time sitting there like this because I knew the camera was on when they walked by, and I was
Right.
thinking. And the other time I was holding back a sneeze. I couldn't help it. There was so much stuff in the air in there, and you see me, and I'm like, like this, and that was the video when they walked by. But I watched that whole thing be shot. I watched the whole. I mean, we were taking Billy's bets down in Curacao back in the day. So
Oh wow.
I have a different perspective on that whole thing. But that's good. Congratulations to them. I can't wait to tell Roxy he's a Hall of Famer. He's
Right.
always been a Hall of Famer in my book. But that'll be good.
Such a nice guy. He
Yeah.
doesn't come to Vegas all that much because he lives in Thailand, but gonna be cool to see for this. So you can follow on Twitter, by the way, at the SGHOF, the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame. So it's pretty neat. There's a website, sghof.com, for the Sports Gambling Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Enough people.
It's neat. I think that's going to be fun. I'm neat. There's a whole board. Chris Andrews is on the board. Your friend Richie's on the board. I don't know Billy Baxter. I don't know Christopher Bruno. But a lot of guys. I've met Arnie Lang. Obviously, Vinny, we know. Metcalf,
All the
we
Italians and the Greeks and the Jews.
Purdom, we know.
All of
Roxy,
us.
Vic Salerno's on the board. Oh, Schutz is on the board. All right. That's great.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I like it. That's very nice. Paris Smith is on the board. Very nice. I'm excited for it. So that's cool. I'm psyched to see that, to people who have been in this business for a long time, the people who have paved the way for us to have this. Because without them, there is no legalization. There's no content space. We owe them a lot. So I appreciate all of them as to what they've done before us. Good stuff. Roll Call Friday tomorrow.
Big
What a wild show this was. Can we top
Wild
tomorrow?
show. Big announcement tomorrow.
A lot of fun tomorrow.
Trip to Vegas on the line.
Join us for a Roll Call Friday. Farra, Dave, Perrault. We are back tomorrow for BVB.